All right, I think we should be live, visible, and audible. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the start of a new campaign on That D&D podcast. My name is Andrew Otway, and tonight we are kicking off something that I'm calling Candles in the Dark, which is a Blades in the Dark actual play series. Also, I forgot to say hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, which is our traditional opening. I haven't GM'd in a while, so I'm a little rusty at this. Um, but yeah, let's go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves in. I honestly don't have a good order for this. Discord order? That seems like a thing.
Family used to be the original miners in Thesfall. They won like some dog races, and grateful they adopted the dogs, and basically the whole family became like kind of some sort of dog themed afterward, like training, breeding, veterinary care, that sort of thing, hunting. That's all I got.
That's all I got, she says, with like a 2,000-word description of like a character that seems fully fleshed out.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm like happy I have a name.
Well, right now, since I don't know your character's name, you're just character the Leech, and the Leech should probably have a question mark.
I'm ambiguity.
Jordan, what's your character's name again? I didn't hear you in the.
Oh, great. So her full name is Beatrix Alexander, and her nickname is Gray.
Gray. Beatrix, right, thank you.
Okay, I guess I'm up next on the order. Hi, I'm Erin. I'll be playing Coraline Athanok tonight. Her alias in the gang is Hook. If you want like a visual thing to go off of, picture like Emily Caldwin from the Dishonored series, except she has bright green goat's eyes and these weird black, sharp, hard fins coming out of her neck. So, pretty normal. She comes from Tycheros. It's kind of an area considered to be really weird. A lot of people there have these markings that kind of everybody associates with being evil or corrupt or something. So it made it a little bit hard for her to practice law here because nobody really trusted her to represent them fairly. So she's kind of taken some other work. Her family is they're pretty good at like public speaking and convincing people. Some of them were in the religious orders back over in Tycheros, and she's sort of fallen in with that to a degree here. She thinks that she's pretty good with words, so she may try to make herself the face of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And my vice, I picked Stupor, and basically she has a street chemist who is her friend, and she gets high out of her mind in order to understand the universe, and then every time, like right at the peak of being just completely gone, she writes something down, and then she's trying to collect all these things into some sort of like universal truth doctrine that she can give out to people.
Oh boy, like Dr. Bronner's Time cube. That kind of thing.
See, like the world, like it's flat, and then there's like a turtle under it. Like, just think about it. Anyway, you're up, John.
Oh no, which John? Is it me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can use Jonathan for me.
Okay, all right, you can be Jonathan. Yes, I'm John Harper. I'm playing Harrington, which I didn't initially plan to do, but as I started to come up with the concept for the character, I realized I had already played this character in a one-shot that we did with Strauss and Karen Twelves and Sean Nittner. And I was like, oh, I should make a new character. And then I was like, I only got to play that guy once, and he was fun, so I'll play him again. Harrington is he used to work on the Leviathan hunting ship. Things went badly in his past. Then he became a smuggler of Leviathan blood to various unsavory people in the underworld of the city. And he's Adrian Brody, the actor, plays Harrington.
Okay.
Kind of tall and slender. He's got a little pencil thin mustache. If you've seen Brody in Grand Budapest Hotel or Midnight in Paris, like that kind of look to him. He's a little bit dapper. Usually wears like a vest and a tie and rolled up sleeves and trousers and soft shoes. And he's not like a high society type though. He kind of wants to put on that kind of style, but he's a zero tier scoundrel. just trying. And I chose Lurk for him, but he's not quite the shadowy burglar type. He's more of a sleight of hand, filcher, and kind of athletic sort. So not. I mean, I guess he is still kind of sneaky, but I'm picturing a little bit more of a face form of a Lurk than a hiding in the shadows Lurk. That's me.
When he picks your pocket, he looks you in the eye.
Yeah, it's the Matt Damon, George Clooney scene from Ocean's 11. We're picking each other's pockets and putting our business cards in.
I like it.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. All right, so it's going to be Mortimer is his actual name. I think his handle here is he tries to make it Maximilian, but everyone calls him Max. He started off life working for a noble house. I think the term's going to be kitchen boy or something like that. The kind of the career path where if you're really lucky, you might end up a butler. Along the way, there was pretty certain to say that the dowager of the family was actually kind of like a crazy scientist lady. She doesn't have any power within the family anymore, but she does have her little workshop, and he attended to her and learned a bunch of stuff in that way. That all got disrupted, I'm going to say, when someone in the group here, possibly Jordan, ended up tipping off that the main current generation of the family was up to no good spirit shenanigans. However that shook out, it ended up with me no longer being welcome in that house. I think I still maintain some contact with the feisty old grandmother, but most of the house is told not to like me anymore and to shun me. I'm actually going to stick with Leech, so you can also write that down, Andrew.
I've got you.
And as for look, I'm actually a little annoyed here because I'm going to walk on John's thing a little bit here. Is that he wants to dress like he's almost a noble and stuff like that, but he can't pull it off consistently, partly because he hasn't the resources, and partly he is still a young man. He's 15 or 16, and he hasn't really grown into himself yet. So just hanging around, he tries to dress much nicer than he would be his station, but he finds when he's working especially, he tends to dress sort of working class sort of thing. I think that covers most of it. Oh yeah, I have no idea on ethnicity. Or
Okay.
what is it?
The heritage?
Yeah, heritage.
Okay.
Because all right, so the picture I have here is how everybody from England is English.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe even if their grandparents were Irish, but they're English now. That kind of heritage for the general setting of the city.
I think that's
Acheros.
Skovlin. Well, Acheros is your like born and raised here. Skovlin is like lost the Civil War, is my understanding. You're muted, John.
I'm back. That is true. The settlement was originally founded by Skovlish peoples like centuries ago. So there's probably some people who call themselves Akarosi now who are actually descended from the Skovlin people, and it's like cool to call yourself Akarosi now because Skovlin are so you could totally have that like older heritage if you want it.
Well, and I think he would just call himself Akarosi because he doesn't really identify with that. I mean, he is kind of expecting this to be like the position of privilege of I'm American.
Yes. Yeah, you would be Akarosi then. Yeah, my character's Akarosi too. I didn't mention that. He's from a disgraced noble family, and he goes by Harrington as an alias, but his family name is different. So.
Good stuff. So I think we've got a large quantity of the bookkeeping sorted at this point. But we've got a crew sheet that could be expanded upon at this juncture. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we're either thinking shadowy flavored cult or culty flavored shadows.
Both of those sound accurate, if I remember correctly.
We were leaning. Well, I don't know if we were leaning, actually. I guess the things to think about would be like, what do we want to get XP for? Maybe is a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like as a crew, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for those of you who are new to Blades in the Dark as a system, so this is Jonathan and people in chat who haven't played it. Each of the playbooks, including the crew playbook, have specific XP triggers. So it's like for the cutter, and I will probably never forget this because it is seared in my brain. It is when you approach a problem, attempt to solve a problem using violence or coercion.
Why is that stuck in your brain?
Right. The Hound is violence or tracking. The Whisper is arcane power or knowledge. The slide is the spider is calculation or conspiracy. So you can tell which playbooks I've had to deal with a bunch so far. But so as a leech, Jonathan, you should be like mechanically speaking, or if you want to sort of get XP a bunch.
I believe it's destruction and like tinkering or clever plans. Tinkering, I think.
Technical skill and mayhem.
Yep. Mayhem.
Yes.
I like that.
And so similarly for the crew, the crew is the cult is advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action. And shadows is execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft. So it's if we're going for XP triggers, then those are things to consider.
I mean, based on the little that we had kind of tossed back and forth, it seems like maybe shadows with cult sprinkles on top might be the best fit.
I agree.
Yep.
What color are cult sprinkles, by the way, Andrew?
They're the
blood colored. The one thing I don't remember hearing for the cult thing would be like what they believe, and I think if you don't have that in the cult, it's not really a cult. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and that's something else we talked about before the stream was if we're all very devout, and then we're brought together by our cult affiliation, or if we're exploring our cult background. It seems like the latter, where some of us are devout, some of us aren't. We're thrown together perhaps by circumstance or our backgrounds or whatever, and maybe we're like taking the steps into this cult thing. Maybe we should talk about what that is. We kind of have a bit of a wrapper idea for this thing, which is sort of like in this setting, the state church, the Catholic Church equivalent in Western Europe is the Church of Ecstasy, and they like basically reverse everything from religion in our world. They issue spirits. They don't believe in the afterlife. They think it's a bad. Well, they believe in it, but they think it's a bad thing. they're down with ghosts, and ghosts are a big problem in the setting, and so that the church like upholds these righteous values of like eschewing the spirit, and you are your body, and one shouldn't persist after death, and all these kinds of things. And so they help fund this organization called the Spirit Wardens that go around the city and take care of ghosts and monsters and stuff like that. But the ancient church is built on this old, what we would call pagan kind of cult called the empty vessel, where like becoming a hollow was the thing you aspired to, of like staying alive and having your evil ghost withdrawn from your body and still living, and kind of horrible, like Philip Pullman Golden Compass kind of stuff there.
I hadn't considered that angle. That's a
the like severing is where that idea comes from. It's bad. Very bad.
Your ghost is holding you back, man.
Since we're like tier 0 like scoundrels and our backgrounds don't suit it, like I don't think we have what it takes to be spirit wardens. And so the idea for our crew is that we're like a team that infiltrates the nobility and people who have secret spirit meetings and other cult practices that aren't the church practices, worshiping weird gods or summoning spirits or whatever, and we like narc on them. And the spirit wardens swoop in and haul them off to be to the prison or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, infiltrate, like you're almost like a gang of CIs or something. Almost like
because I think we were trying to say that we wanted to have like cool fancy parties and stuff with the nobility, and also like espionage and social oriented things, as opposed to it being like a murder gang like a lot of Blades groups do.
We're gonna have fights with words.
That is entirely strange to any Blades in the Dark campaign that has happened on this channel.
There will probably still be murders. I mean, yes. let's be honest. But
actually, what you're describing reminds me a lot of like human intelligence assets, where like the CIA doesn't actually go out and do that infiltration stuff. They get locals to do that for them.
Exactly.
So we're the locals in this case.
Yes,
and we're disposable.
Yeah.
And deniable.
Yep.
But there could be that undercurrent. If we want to get into it later, we can add stuff to our crew from the cult stuff if we wanted to, where that stuff, the doctrine of the empty vessel or like weird culty abilities could be a part of it if we wanted to, or those are things we can add as we play.
So this sounds like Shadows.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna put that into the sheet. I'm also gonna push this button to show it to everybody.
Hey. Ooh. Cool.
Everyone should have
sheets for this are fantastic.
Yeah,
man, they've gotten even better since the last time I used them.
Yeah, well, so
they have this like report thing now where you can send it to chat so everyone can see your special ability or your role or whatever. And man,
if you mouse over the verbs too, like the tooltip tells you the book text.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So on your action dice, you can mouse over it. It's like finesse is these 5 things, and you're just like, oh, okay.
That's so great.
Oh yeah, that's good. I was having trouble with some of the skills. Well, not trouble, but
nice.
So I mean, is your contact for the gang, like, do you have like a spirit warden who gives you dead drops or something? Because I mean, all spirit wardens are anonymous. They always have the bronze masks on, unless like they. So I mean, you wouldn't know their name, or it might even be multiple people. And I also kind of like the sort of remove that dead drops bring. But like, is that sort of the contact that we have in mind, or?
So I was thinking that, or maybe like one of the spirit wardens pays some other disposable underling to deliver something to another disposable underling.
It's just all cutouts all the way down.
Yeah. And the person who makes that initial, handoff is probably not a spirit warden either. Like there's layers of who even knows.
We can aspire someday to be the first cutout.
It's the tier 3 gang version.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, either one works for me. Excuse me.
Yeah, I like that. I think like from the list of contacts here, basically any of these could be like
Yeah.
Spirit Warden covers, or just like people who actually are that thing and work for them. Or the other way to do it would be to have like the dead drop and the jobs thing just be like a given for our crew.
Yeah.
And then what this contact is someone who's actually outside of this organization that we have that isn't yet polluted by the church and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to muddy the waters here. It just occurred to me that.
No, I like that idea better. In that case, maybe we could go with someone like the collector or something. Maybe they're familiar with people who typically buy this thing might end up being someone who engages in heretical behavior.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that, or the deal broker who, like, I mean, if you need somebody there to, I guess, sign off on things, and hey, this guy's been doing a lot of business with like these 18 really shady organizations. I don't know, maybe look into it.
Or someone comes in and places a bulk order for Spirit Bane talismans.
Not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jordan, I also like the collector idea personally because it like gives it a physical object, which is nice.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like a thing to look at, talk about.
Cool.
Collector works for me.
Fitz. Hey, Fitz. Wilhelm Fitzpatrick. That character's named after my friend Wilhelm. Hi, Wilhelm.
Nice.
You get to be our collector.
Hold on, I'm gonna rename him Hank and mess everything up. Okay. So, do we pick a special ability?
There's a list actually in the book.
What's on the sheet too?
It's on the sheet as well. Yes.
I like getting extra points for things.
Yeah, I mean the one on top is always like the go-to.
Yeah.
So that's an easy one to pick. We all get an extra dot to add, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like these are the three things that your crew should be doing a lot of. Like,
Yeah.
it is very game designer. Like, hey, do this thing, idiot.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right. Well, are people cool going with that one, or is there one we would rather swing over to?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I love the name on that.
I think any of these would suit, except taking Ghost Echoes, which would take the game in a really different direction out of the gate. Which maybe we could save that for later.
Oh, geez, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We all sit around a campfire.
We're trapped in the upside down, and we all hate it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, everyone steals.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, so everyone gets
Well,
to
now
add
we-
a dot
Yeah.
to prowl, finesse, or tinker.
Oh, this is hard because it lets me break the rules. Because I start with 2 prowl, and now I could actually have 3, which is normally not allowed. But
Yep.
Yeah.
break the rules.
Do it.
I kind of want to.
It's a strong move.
You wrote them, so I mean, if there's anybody who can write them,
See, what I like to do with my characters is I like to play them. I like them to do the thing they do the most is stuff they have no dots in or like 1 dot in, and then they have like a clutch thing that they're actually good at, but they don't do it very much. So I'm gonna be trying to consort and sway people a lot, I think, because I suck at that.
Yeah.
And then maybe I should have 3 in prowl as the like get away maneuver.
I screwed this up. Peace.
One of the things I really like about prowl is that I like to call it moving fancy. As much as it is sneaking, it is also like I'm gonna run the fuck away across these rooftops. Good luck chasing me. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'll do it.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, while we're on that topic, I wasn't certain about what to do with the 4th dot. For the character coming out of like as a servant, prowl just being like a little bit stealthy and unobtrusive, and consort as in which I get is the act appropriately and make people think you're cool skill, or at least acceptable. And then study for the stuff that he's been working on with the old lady. I'm trying to figure out what the 4th dot should go into.
Oh yeah, you do only have 6.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can double up.
yeah, you can double up.
I would say Tinker or Wreck for a leech, but that's just the
He's
default.
already got 2
Well,
in Tinker.
Yeah, 'cause I start there, but I could do wreck.
So yeah, wreck is if you plan on planting a lot of bombs to blow up non-human objects.
You can also use it. I don't know if this is your type of leech, but you can also use wreck to like wreck things. Is a special ability, but you can like disenchant or exercise magic and that kind of thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also smoke bombs and like
yeah. All right, we'll do that.
Or carefully applied sabotage.
Yeah, so I mean, if you break a lock, like if you just like, acid or thermite in a lock instead of lockpicks.
Yeah, that was the other thing I'd use. I had to pick a special ability. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah, there's.
Andrew, how do you feel as the GM about like character revamp, like after session 1 or something? If we're like, I want to move a dot around,
anything goes. Like, honestly, if you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling the hound, go for it.
Cool. All right. I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, this is going to be a pretty truncated campaign as well, anyways. So I plan on doing the Monster Hearts thing. So, treating it like a stolen car. Do we have a reputation in mind for our crew of shadows?
Ooh.
Trying to remember.
There's a list if you need it. If we need help.
Ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, and strange. I had a gang once choose theatrical.
Nice.
That was a gift.
This is key, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's worth XP.
It is, yeah. It's how probably especially how our church superiors think of us so far, based on our limited experience. When they talk about us, sending us on a mission, they're like, "Oh yes, well they're daring" or whatever.
Yeah. We want to send a message. We'll use the brutal shadows.
I think we're not brutal. I think we have agreed we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt we're professional, but maybe I'm projecting.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, like that, you can have the reputation, and that can be the inner conflict as well, right?
What about what you said earlier, Jonathan, about ambitious? Like, let's become the top. We're trying to become the top group.
The first of the cutouts. Yeah.
First among equals.
Ambitious does sound good.
I'm feeling that. Yeah.
Okay. I typed it in the sheet.
Because my hound originally wanted to be like a spirit warden, but for some reason didn't meet this unknown criteria, so she's just kind of freelance.
That's awesome. That's great. So you actually like applied kind of to be a spirit
I don't know if it's like really known, but she's made it known that she's willing to do this and this, but like they've never contacted her, so this gang. So.
Yeah.
The
so
silence
she antagonizes them sometimes.
The silence is deafening.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Well, and going back to the intelligence and asset thing, my brain just goes to, there's some CIA handler somewhere going, yeah, she's great. I have her on the line just like crazy.
Do we have any thoughts for a lair?
Oh, geez.
I mean, the obvious thing is like a bombed out old church or something, right? Like that seems, but that almost seems like facile.
Well, one of the things on here is like an abandoned watchtower, and that seems like it could be like a, we have these lofty goals. We're up here in the air looking down on everybody.
We're keeping watch.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. It could be. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if it's ancient, maybe there is some kind of connection there to the pre-church cult stuff.
I like it.
Find the hellmouth in the basement, kind of thing.
Oh man!
You just gotta put a rug under it. It really ties the room together. It's great.
Yeah. We need to talk to our home inspector because this was kind of a big thing.
right. Establish your hunting grounds. Your crew is brand new, but you have chosen some small part of a district as your hunting grounds. Is there anywhere that particularly speaks to people as a spot they want to hit? And I mean, again, we're going to be treating this campaign like a stolen car, so you can either go big, or I mean, this is something that you have these hunting grounds, but every single.
I feel like
yeah,
we're targeting like the noble elite mainly, right?
Right.
So probably one of the Brightstone, Six Towers, Charter Hall, White Crown, one of the fancy neighborhoods, probably.
Brightstone's just a fun name too. Let's go with that one.
Okay.
That's where the church is headquartered. It's like right. I mean, and that's where the worst, most insidious forces would be, right? Like right in their backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also, just you can find us in the tower at Brightstone. Is just it sounds haughty.
I like that. Like that.
And there's the original wall around that northern chunk of Charter Hall as well, right? So I mean, if
we could be on that old wall looking down into Brightstone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that.
Okay.
How about this? What is it? It's like the northeast tower here.
This one.
Yeah.
Haha, jinx.
Then we have a nice little like canal intersection, and we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's cool.
Sorry, I was just thinking back to Aaron saying, yeah, we're the tower in Brightstone, but it's like, if we pick 6 towers, it's like, cool, which one?
Roll a d6.
That's how we hide our lair.
Yeah.
Go find
Everyone's
us
like, I don't know.
eventually.
It's a process of elimination.
Awesome.
We're gonna relocate our tower to 6 towers and fuck up the naming system and hide it among
That's the name
the
of our
rest of
crew.
them.
The 7th tower.
Oh.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible. I was making a joke, but yeah.
Sometimes like you
It's
just
alright.
say a thing and then later you're like, wait, no, like maybe.
One of my favorite weird name stories, I'm going to go in a bit of a digression here, but is how the Dragon Age setting became Thedas, which is literally the DAS for the Dragon Age setting.
Oh. It's like Worf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I didn't know that.
I hate it now.
It came up in pre-pro, and then it just stuck because no one it became right, and then it had inertia, and then no one changed it. And I've ruined Dragon Age.
You must.
Thank you, and that'll be us for the evening.
Huh. Okay. We need a name.
I've put in the 7th tower, so I mean, at this point,
Games
it
are
has
super
inertia.
hard, so yeah, we can have a placeholder.
Yep.
That's always super hard. All right, we have our hunting grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want us to do now, Andrew?
Got a special ability.
Yeah, I mean, is there
There's like detailed stuff we could be doing, but we could
Yeah,
skip
there's-
over that if you
okay.
want to. That's fine.
I mean,
whatever
do you
want
have
to do,
any? Do you have any upgrades that you want to? I kind of want to show off the game. I mean, we didn't do this for the last couple campaigns, so I kind of want to do this right. But yeah, there's I think there's 2 boxes to fill in, like 2 of the crew upgrades.
Yep.
That we get for free, and then we can get away to the races.
What do we feel like having?
Should we make our layers? Well, if it's hidden, we kind of don't secure.
We get hidden for free because we're shadows.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, it just means like it seems abandoned still, maybe, and but we're actually using it. But we might want one of the quality things for. Jonathan, are you like a researchy type leech, or do you want a workshop and that kind of stuff?
I don't have any of the stuff that involves building things yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense just yet.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Having quality documents would probably be pretty good.
Yeah, and that would also include like, they publish like lords and ladies of the empire and that kind of thing, the peerage listings and all that stuff. So we'd have like more detailed information about their backgrounds. And
Nice.
things.
Does this tower have like an old like press in it or something that they maybe used to print like wanted posters or church documents or something, and now we're just forging crap with it?
God.
Forging invitations and identity papers
Yeah.
and things.
It's still on that like really thin like Bible paper.
I like forging stuff. That sounds cool to me.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at doing it, but maybe our leech can do it.
If we're doing forgeries, I mean, we could also put a workshop in there. That would be our second pip, and it would help with, workshopping.
Yeah, cool.
Sold.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
I think that's the things.
Yep.
Jordan, do you need anything for? Does your hound have a hunting pet or?
Yes. I have a pet whippet who is
right.
an expert hunter. I picked loyal, which means they can't ever be turned against me.
Nice.
Principled.
Cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't think we need anything special for that. I was thinking like if you had a like a weird water animal or something, we might
No.
want. But...
Just a really big bathtub.
Yeah.
We collect the rain in it.
Well, it's a bathtub that like somehow connects down to the canal. Like the leeches built you a series of pipes and pumps and whatnot.
I send my killer pet goldfish into the sewers ahead of me.
Well, I mean, there is this is something that I found when I was rereading. Is eels are a big staple food in Duskfall.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things actually that I have to figure out is, so they've got the farmers' fields where they grow crops. Is that where they grow corn for whiskey, or is whiskey all like imported? And that's just interesting to me, and that took my brain off on a ride.
I think Andrew wrote an essay for the book about like food and like how they grow food with artificial grow lights and radiant energy and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So I think the default stuff is the cheap version is always going to be like mushroom based in some way, and the fancy version is like some rich cultivator has a like artificial sun in a thing and they actually grow rye or something and actually make real whiskey, but it's like super crazy fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Because I was thinking it was like eel whiskey or something, and I was like, that just sounds horrifying and amazing.
Somebody has probably fermented eel skins or something to make
fermented
something.
hagfish slime.
Yeah.
Boy,
Someone's probably done it. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very grossed out now.
So I think we've got about what we need before I get to do the bit that I like to open all campaigns this way. I've done it 3 times so far, and it seems to have worked out every time so far. So I've got one question for each of you, and you're going to establish the score that we're in the middle of.
Cool.
So, and it's whoever comes first gets to answer the question they want. Where are you? What valuable or piece of information, etc., do you have? What just went wrong, and whose fault is it?
We're in White Crown. Nailed it. Sorry.
Awesome.
We are after an enchanted item. It's kind of like a beacon for spirits. It's typically done as sort of a revenge sort of thing, like someone is gifted a thing or it's added to something else that's supposed to go to someone else's house. And it's typically something that makes some sort of repetitive sound that like attracts them. Like it could be a music box, a grandfather's clock.
Awesome.
Or some sort of instrument.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's down to the Jonathans.
Yep. What went wrong and whose fault is it?
I'm going to jump ahead and say it's my fault. Because I want to take that bullet. I'm answering out of order. I'm bad. I know.
No, I mean, it's dealer's choice on the order, too.
Yeah. What went wrong? So the clock...
It's a music box.
A music box. Okay.
Yeah. Also, where in White Crown, Aaron? Like, Whitecrown is a big spot. Are you just in some noble's house, or?
There's a noble who thinks themselves a bit of a philanthropist, and they've actually opened the bottom 2 floors of their like estate
Okay.
for the worthy public to come visit and see like all of the fancy stuff that they have on display. And obviously, this isn't the fanciest stuff I've got. That's all upstairs. But this is what I've deemed as an acceptable risk to show to you underlings.
Awesome.
And all right, so what went wrong was you were just discovered where you weren't supposed to be by a servant.
Okay.
Like a maid.
Awesome.
That sounds about right.
Okay. So Harrington, we get an establishing shot of like, I think it's like we hear the dropping of like a tray or something, but we get an establishing shot of like this palatial manor, and we sort of just like slowly cut up to like the 4th floor or something into a room.
If I can add a detail,
Absolutely.
The house servant has dropped the tray, and when the camera pans over, I'm in a room that's like the music box collection room.
Okay.
And there's like 50 bejeweled music boxes of various sorts, and there's like a pile of, and she sees me go dink 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 dink. Nope. Toss it over my shoulder onto this sort of broken pile of them, and I grab the next one and like kind of look at it.
And then yeah, you hear a silver tray clatter to the ground. What are you doing in here? How did you? What are you?
I like turn on my heel and I go, "Madam, it seems that the lord of the house has been taken for a fool. We should lower our voices. These are all fakes. I'm afraid I don't know where he got them, but they're all fakes, and I'm sure would embarrass him. I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Harrison.
I should go get him then. If these are all fakes, we should discuss this with him. And do you want to throw some dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try a sway.
Okay.
I have no dice in sway, so
That'll yeah. I think this is probably risky standard.
Okay.
Because I mean, like the danger is she just goes and.
Yeah, my goal is for her to think that it would be embarrassing, and it's something to like not mention.
Yeah.
To the master of the house. Okay, risky, standard. Do I want to push for a die?
Or is anyone in helping range?
Where are the rest of us in this scenario?
Feel free
if
to.
someone wants to help me, I'll take it.
We're all leaning against the wall, watching him wind all the music boxes.
I think I successfully snuck upstairs, but that's as far as I pictured it.
Well, and I mean, like it could have been a team action. So I mean, like you could have led some people upstairs. I also
we could all be in the room, really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
I would like to have someone in like a nursery room, because that's where the actual music box is.
Nice. Is someone good at finding things? Maybe it should be that person.
I got a point in survey.
Jordan,
I
you
have
have
2
hunt,
points.
right?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
2 points in hunt and 2 points in survey.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah.
So
Should we be 2 groups of 2 then?
I think someone should be helping Harrington distract while I go look for the other music box. I probably saw him fiddling with all the music boxes, and I went out to go find where it would probably be at.
Does your whippet detect like spooky magic at all, or?
No, I was toying with the idea of going with the ghost hunter, but I decided not to and went with focused instead.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not certain how assisting works, obviously. But it seems appropriate that Max could say something like, "Where is that Molly? The head chef was looking for her to serve out the next canapes."
Okay,
Yes.
so you're down a landing or something?
Yeah, he's just in the next room over, sees it, and then kind of says it, but he makes sure he says it in the proper accent, so it sounds like another servant.
Beautiful.
Nice.
For help, you just say you're helping. You mark 1 stress.
Okay.
and then justified in the narrative, and then the person you were helping gets a bonus die.
I get a bonus die. So now I have 1 die instead of 0. Yay! Here we go.
Awesome.
Hey, we're off to a good start,
Oh,
everybody.
wow.
Very
Thanks.
good.
You can always count on old Harrington.
Yeah, so she lowers her voice to like a conspiratorial whisper, and she's, I absolutely, we cannot have that. Excuse me, I've just been called away, but I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we need to sort this out. I can't have him embarrassed.
I take out a notebook from my vest as if I've been keeping track, and I'm like, I'll continue cataloging the skullduggery that's gone on here. You can count on me.
And she's very good, and like curtsies, and then and like rushes down the stairs, and yeah, good job, team. So Beatrix, you're in a nursery. And so how did you, like, what was it that led you in here?
I think if I can style the spirit bane charm this way, I probably did something like I patrolled the hallway while swinging it, maybe like flicking it and listening for like some sort of chime back.
Okay.
And I just went in the direction where the noise was stronger.
Okay. There's absolutely something spooky in this child's nursery room.
Okay. Before I even open the door, I'm putting electroplasmic ammunition in both my pistols.
Good. For those of us playing the home game, I believe you named your pistols.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Diligence, and I'm already forgetting the second one, but I really liked it.
Obligation? Was it obligation?
No, it was
Was it Prudence?
no. I'll come back to it.
remember.
It'll come back to me like 2 minutes after my scene's over.
Yeah.
Perdition is the rifle.
Insight.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I think it's like that sounds
something like
familiar.
that. Yeah, no. So both my pistols out, and I open the door.
You see, like, you hear the chimes of a music box, but the sound is coming from a different spot in the room than this open music box with the, obligatory spinning ballerina. I think it's actually like, it is both a male and female. I don't know what the male term for ballerina is, but there's...
Ballerino.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So yeah, there's both a ballerino and a ballerina dancing in sort of anti-clockwise, like opposing circles.
Right.
But like the music you hear is coming from this vaguely spectral shape of a woman singing to a child in a crib.
Creepy.
Mm-hmm. But nobody else is. Wait, is there actually a child in the crib?
Yes.
Or...
Sleeping soundly.
I am going to command the spirit to go in the hallway with me.
Okay.
Great. That's okay. I'm gonna stand in the hallway.
So good news.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the outcome of this roll, you are going to get experience. Because yelling at a ghost, singing to their child is a desperate role if ever I have heard it.
It's fine.
Who needs whisper training? Just speak in a firm voice.
You there, ghost?
in the
Fuck
eye.
off.
Look him in what passes for eyes.
Yeah.
I probably should just say something like "back away from the child" and leave this place at once.
Okay.
Do you want to assist me, Coraline? I forgot your nickname already.
Hook.
Hook.
I've never talked to a ghost before when it's singing to its child, but sure.
So how are you helping, Coraline? Hype lady?
I think I'm gonna go up and just say, hey, great, maybe if we like treat her like she's still alive and say that like one of the servants is looking for her, and we can just sneak in after that.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't think she knows she's dead. That's the only thing I can guess. And I mean, it's a ghost, so.
I really don't like tolerating ghosts.
That's fair, but we do better work when we're alive, so.
So far.
Have you tried the alternative?
Okay, so this is desperate.
I am
I've
gonna
got-
put myself.
Okay.
Okay, so you get 2 extra dice.
Mm-hmm. Desperate. What effect?
Do you have the Spirit Bane talisman out? Because I mean, that
Yeah, I
gets
was
you.
using
That
it
probably
to-
gets you up to like limited.
Although you could use your push if you want to increase your effect instead of getting dice.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
which would
to
get
you.
you up to standard.
If I also used my Spirit Bane charm while helping, would that add anything?
I mean, probably not.
Okay, that's fair. I just figured I would throw it out there.
Yeah.
It would take it up to standard.
If you
if I
instead
use it
of
instead.
if you instead of the die, you take the effect.
You know what? I'll keep it to limited.
Okay.
That's a damn good thing you did.
So
Enjoy that
Crits.
crit.
Crits.
the desperate
All right.
crits.
I mean, let's retire undefeated from Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
Good job.
In 2 rolls with a combined total of 2 action dice, 3 6s have been rolled, and I quit. I mean, yeah.
I'll take that resolve XP.
I will happily give you 1 XP for 2 stress. I mean, she stops singing and she looks at you and just, is it time to go again?
I
And so-
just nod.
Please don't make me go back.
I just have my hands on my pistols. I'm kind of like looking at her, kind of like with a stern expression, like, "Did I stutter? Come on."
And so yeah, she bends over the child. She's gonna give them like a small kiss on the cheek, and just wordlessly sort of float towards the music box, which is her beacon and tether.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over and close it and pick it up, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, Jordan rolled a crit. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So you get the thing. You did the thing. She does the thing. You've got a music box. You're on the 4th floor of an estate. How are we getting out of here?
Through the front door, obviously.
Yeah, just another tour group leaving the museum.
They gave out free souvenirs this time. Who knew?
It was really nice.
So I walk into the bedroom and I'm like, I got it. And I'm holding this music box.
Yeah.
Like, check it out. I'm sure this is the one.
That's a valid argument, but I would like to counter it with the fact that this one has a ghost in it.
I throw it on the floor. Mine on the floor.
You'll wake the baby.
Oh man.
Oh no! Oh no!
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh no! Finesse! I have finesse.
Flashback. I don't.
Flashback. There's a pillow there. I think the maid is gonna return now. At this point, just, what are you doing in the young master's bedchambers? What did you say your name was?
I
Harrison?
said my name was Harrison Pinderin.
Okay. What are you doing in the young master's chambers, Mr. Penderin? And who are these?
I've got the window latch open, and the window opened up, and my boot or my shoe is like on the windowsill, and I'm like, Gotta go. I jump out the window.
I'm gonna try and.
I turn to Hook, and I'm like this.
I'm gonna like talk to the lady and throw it to him.
Okay, so there's several rolls just occurred, I think. Fall damage is like D10 for every 10 feet, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, something I passed the first 10, and then...
Yeah, that's what it is, okay.
Something like that, yeah.
How do you want to fall with style?
I would like to do a flashback.
Okay.
And the flashback is...
You buying parachute pants.
Literal parachute pants. We're in White Crown, and this is a fancy noble's estate, so I think they have their own, like a private drive and a private boat dock and a private everything.
Yep. Yeah, they don't mix with the commoners unless it's museum night. Yeah,
so there's like the front turnaround carriage thing where people come through and visit, and then there's like the his or her private, like, area. And I think the flashback is me with handfuls of carrots, like luring the carriage horses out of the stall and over towards the back of the house.
Beautiful.
So I want to fall onto his carriage.
Okay.
Into the seat if possible.
Well, I mean, let's see how the roll goes, I guess. Like,
yeah,
is this finesse or is falling out of a window finesse or prowl?
I would like to use prowl, and you tell me what
Okay.
what the stuff is.
I mean, that's like you're 4 stories up.
I'll take the desperate roll. That's cool.
Yeah, it sounds desperate. I mean, like it's standard to great effect. Like this is, I don't think anyone was expecting this getaway except Harrington.
Well, I was gonna ask the group, like, did we talk about this, or am I just doing something dumb?
I think there's probably like, at the same time there's that flashback. It's a flashback of us like going over preparations, and we're like, where the hell is Harrington? And it's like,
and where are my carrots?
Yeah. And I packed us all carrots for a snack so we don't get hungry.
Yeah, no, I will take that.
Okay.
Being dumb here.
Yeah. And I love the mental image too much to cost you stress for the flashback. That's just way too funny.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean we need to establish the like loose cannon nature of things here, I think.
Yeah.
Did you say great effect or standard effect?
Great effect, I think.
Oh, great. Okay.
No one's expecting this.
Sweet. All right.
Is anyone helping? Can anyone be in a position to help?
Did he just...
I don't like. I don't know how I would.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
I'm on my own.
Okay. There might be a devil's bargain here, like.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Like, the maid becomes a recurring character, utterly smitten with the roguish, handsome Adrian Brody looking, and just like continues to pop up in inopportune moments.
I will take that. I will take impressing the spectator.
Okay.
I think as another thing, maybe Harrington forgets what fake name he gives her.
Oh yeah.
So he keeps giving her a different fake name
Each time? Yeah.
Yes. That's perfect. I love that.
Just like we stole a music box, so too did you steal her heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
The real treasure was friendship.
All right, 1 bonus die, devil's bargain. Here we go. Ooh.
I mean, you definitely hit a seat. I think
part of your body.
Yeah. Well, I
The
think
type of success.
I think what happens is like there's a so in like medieval legend, basically they'd put like a sword in the bed to keep unmarried couples from getting up to the hanky-panky before they were married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's quite like a sword, but I think there's like a plank in the middle to keep like legs and feet from touching in the back of this carriage that you just straddle with whatever body part is first down.
Oh no.
Please be the head. Please be the head.
Sadly, no.
Also, Aaron, you gotta read that thing you just posted in chat.
Any walk you can fall away from?
Yeah.
Nice. Exactly.
Uh,
Would you like me to take harm, Andrew?
yes, this will be some flavor of harm. I think because this is, I don't want to have the long-lasting consequences of a 3. This will probably be a 2, and then if you want to resist down, or if you have specific body part armor for taking falls into carriages.
Cup. You wore a cup.
I have my special codpiece that I prepared ahead of time.
Or it's that pillow aforementioned during the music box.
No, it's the parachute pants.
I will. Yeah, I'm actually gonna tick armor.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it is part of the flashback is the armor. Like,
okay. Like you noticed it, and
yeah, I did actually prepare for this, and I guess I'll knock it down to level 1. So I like put some cushions and stuff inside the coach to break my fall nicely, but I miss the pillows.
Yeah.
I don't land on the board and really injure myself, but I miss the pillows and I like bounce off the side of the coach and land on my butt in the dirt.
Okay.
With the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah. The music box is fine though. Good job.
Oh, good. All right. Well,
you broke its fall.
I'll take it. Close enough.
That leaves the 3 of us in the room with the maid still.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think she's also like run to the window and is like looking out.
Okay. So,
I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder and try to use my mesmerism to make her forget kind of all of this.
Oh, good.
Okay, that works really well with what I was planning on doing, so I'll probably just assist you. But
okay.
I have trance powder in my little bandolier, so like I point past her face and go, "Did he actually do that?" while crushing the vial in front of her.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
A beautiful dream of a roguish Adrian Brody.
Time to Purple Man. 63 minutes.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to. Oh man.
That was the whole devil's bargain. I'm like, do I really want to do that? Because that just became creepy.
Okay.
Oof.
No, I think at this point we just show her some forged credentials. Like, we did a job. He told her earlier that he was looking for the fake music. We did our job, and now we're leaving the premises.
Okay.
By the window?
No, the rest of us aren't going out.
Yeah, and you could still use mesmerism, Aaron. Like, it's not automatically Purple Man creepy. It's like
I think I'm gonna like put my hand on her shoulder and be like, well, it appears that we are done with our inspection of the artifacts here. There is nothing that the museum is particularly interested in, but we thank you so much for your time. If you could show myself and my 2 associates out, I would really appreciate it.
Okay. Let's see some dice. This is probably, I think this is controlled. Like she's already bought 1 lie.
Yeah.
A sexy lie.
Yeah.
What's the effect on this?
I think this is standard.
Okay. And I get +1 from Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So mark another stress.
6.
Yep.
I was going to tell you what went wrong if you didn't do well, and
What you have worked up.
yeah, well, it was going to be like, evidence traces back to her.
Oh, yeah. That would.
Yeah.
But as it is, we just created a job where we just walked out, got escorted by a servant out of the place. Like, here you go.
So I mean, I don't know that she can like escort you out so much as, but like she can get you downstairs without hassle. That's also not a problem. And then leaving from the front door in a couple hours. Yeah.
Because we don't have anything on us that's a problem.
Right. Yeah. She just leads us down to the museum floors, and then from there we make like a, oh yeah, look, this is really interesting stuff. And we just kind of bullshit our way out the front.
So I mean, I figure each of you, I figure I'm going to get like a roll from each of you. Yeah. For Harrington, it's going to be the getaway, and then the rest of you, if you want to like make a contact, see if there's any intel that you can gather, or if you want to steal some things to fund your nascent gang, or criminal organization.
All right, so I didn't really go over vices.
Okay.
But what I had picked was luxury, because like when he used to work in the house, like he got little bits of like fine spices and stuff like that, and this seems like a great opportunity to get some of that.
Okay.
I'll survey.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Mostly something used, I guess, like something that wouldn't be too obvious to, hand off to Jonathan. I already forgot your nickname. Max, right?
Max, yeah. Maximilian.
Probably something for Maximilian to pocket.
Okay. So that's
survey?
Yeah, I mean that almost just sounds like you're helping him.
Yeah. I think I find Max like someone kind of easy to corrupt, and it's kind of I enjoy watching him slip into this.
Okay.
Or at least, like stray further away from like standard household stuff. I probably say something along the lines of, do you recall anything from your previous house that these people might have? And like, I'll try to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, so like, partly like I fixated on spices just as a quick, obvious signifier of luxury. So like, I imagine like steal a mustard pot or something, something that's just not common, well, readily available. Let me put it that way.
Okay. And makes everything not taste like eel or mushroom.
Yeah, that's also a benefit. But I'm probably just gonna try and pocket something.
Okay.
I think is finesse.
Finesse is the picking pockets and locks and.
Would this be like setting up an action? We didn't really do a lot of that, so I don't really know how to.
I mean, it could be. I don't know that he needs any help like finding something, this sort of thing. Okay. Like if you want to like see if there's something like especially valuable, and then he goes and breaks it out. But like I'm thinking that's bigger than a jar of spices.
Yeah, it's just like a thing of saffron.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of thinking like maybe something that could earn us an extra coin because it's that.
Well, what you could point out is something that's like in a really, really nice holder, and that's not what I'm stealing it for. But
so kind of like a dare thing. Like I point over to that.
Oh geez, yeah. You kind of point me towards something that actually is worth something besides the spices. It's like, oh, that's an ornate pepper mill or something.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Let's see some dice for survey, to see what you can find that's especially worth stealing.
Okay, I'm not gonna push myself for this.
Okay, and I mean this is controlled.
Sixes all day.
Are you sure you're not the sixth tower?
We're the 66666 repeating.
Seriously, yeah.
We're inadvertently the 666 call.
So I mean, I think there's something like way more valuable than you were expecting. Like there is some kind of like book, like that's first edition, or maybe it's like pre-cataclysm written into you like chicken scratch and gibberish, or there's like something that could be used in a ritual that is probably spooky, wrong, and bad. And like effectively you're going to get paid through the like 9 levels of Spirit Warden between you and there for like retrieving this music box and leaving it wherever it's supposed to be, or probably just turning it straight into the crematorium so it can be properly burned. But like this is bonus territory. Like this is getting paid and then some. They might muss up your hair and be like, "Good job, kiddo."
Whoa.
I'll take a bonus paycheck. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I pointed it out. It's up to Max.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna obviously not walk over and take it, but casually at some point slip it in.
Is there a strong idea of what it could be in the group?
I have no idea.
I mean, like a fine book would catch Max's attention.
Okay.
So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I like book 2. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows what's in there? It could be
Yeah.
all kinds. Yeah, that's good.
Could be a book
It
book.
looks handwritten.
Oh yeah. Scroll.
Oh yeah, like it's a personal journal or something like that.
I hope no one ever finds my writings.
So I'm putting them
Math
down.
I'm putting them down in the fanciest book I could find.
Yeah.
Yeah, put gilt edges on it and everything. It'd be great.
No, like for some reason, it's like a heretical meeting, like guest sign book.
Notes.
Everyone's gone to the last meeting.
All the crimes.
Pharaoh agenda.
End of campaign. We did it.
All the crimes I've ever done and will do, probably, the Lord Skurlock story.
Please publish this after I die.
It's a running ledger for the Spirit Mafia.
Oh. All right. So, how do I go about doing this here? So you said finesse.
I mean, yeah, it depends on how you want to get it. If you want to be quiet, it sounds probably like finesse. If you want to be quiet and chemical, it might be wreck, and then the like consequences of going wrong is kaboom.
Oh, it seems like such a horrible idea to like light stuff on fire. We did so good. But it would be a really long time until they figured out the music box was missing.
Let's cover for the theft via arson.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stick with finesse.
Okay.
All right. So position, I'm gonna guess risky, probably.
This is at minimum risky.
Yeah. I don't actually know what the words mean. I'm just,
So controlled is basically if it goes wrong, you can pull back probably, or like any consequences are going to be like a temporary setback. You can try again and it'll be risky this time, or very limited in nature. Risky is like stuff can't go wrong, and desperate is you will get fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of assuming that this is risky because there's at least some sort of opportunity that I see.
Yeah.
I'm like not walking across the middle of a party and being like, "Thank you."
Yeah, I was kind of retconning in my imagination. I was retconning that like the museum must have some way of like watching people when they leave to see if they're taking stuff.
Yeah,
which is why I thought jumping out the window was a good idea.
Yep.
Oh no, that may be true here in like 1 minute when I roll some dice.
Yeah.
Or I mean, like maybe they do and you know about it, so you're gonna have to figure out some way through with this.
I mean, there's probably at least a butler, right? That's like scowling at everyone as they.
There's a couple of like probably mercenaries at the door. Like they wouldn't have the blue coats here, but like it's a fancy man's fancy mansion.
I was going to say, could I flashback, because one of my shady friend is a sentinel. Maybe I encouraged her to be on door duty, like for checking people.
Okay.
On their way out.
That's gonna be a roll. Let's do Mortimer's roll, and then we can do that.
Okay. So we decided on risky, correct?
Yes. Risky, and I think the lock on this thing is going to be fairly complicated, so it might be a couple actions to get it open, and I just need to remember. There we go. Boop.
Okay, well,
So
is it locked to the bookcase?
like there's some glass display case with a lock on it or something.
Okay, well, does that sound more like Tinker to you then?
It could be a tinker as well. I mean, like,
You get to say your action.
Yeah,
Jonathan?
I was
So-
not really thinking it was behind. I was not just thinking it was like on a bookshelf, but it's behind like a case, and that sounds more like Tinker to me to
Yep.
like covertly pop it open.
Yep. And again, I'm going to offer
Yeah.
you, like, it's probably desperate great for a wreck if you chemically melt this lock in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, explain that a little bit, please.
So I mean, like, the wreck is the application of, like, you can do
Oh, yeah,
carefully
okay.
applied sabotage to a thing.
Okay.
So you're saying risky standard for Tinker and desperate great for Wreck.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, no, now I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Also, I've put a giant 4-size clock in the middle of the screen.
For no reason
You
at all.
have.
Well, that's the lock's integrity.
Okay.
I should
Well-
maybe make one for alarm as well.
No, we won't need that one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right, now you say that, and I want to change it again because I think I'm going to use Rec,
Okay.
but I'm also going to pitch that I have Saboteur,
Okay.
which is the whole I can do it quietly.
Ooh.
Nice.
Saboteur, when you wreck, the work is much quieter than it should be, and the damage is hidden from casual inspection. God damn.
Yeah, because that seems like perfectly appropriate there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that pops you back down to risky.
Okay. I mean, we end up to the same rolling of dice, but you know.
But it's risky great now, so you could potentially get it in one go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel awesome.
Yeah, you are awesome. This is your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and then bonus dice, I don't think I'm going to have anything. I'm trying to decide if push yourself makes sense. Well, and more like character-wise. Because I think he does want the book.
Yeah, sure, go for it. You can always get your stress back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
all right.
having more than 2 is a lot easier to get your stress back than
Yeah.
less likely to overintelligence and disappear for a week.
Could you use the tinkering tools? Oh, if you're doing rack. Never mind.
No, I don't think so. And like we never talked about load, but like I've already made sure I have the bandolier, and I can't imagine this is more than light.
So, I mean,
Yes, probably light.
Load
Yeah.
is probably light, but
Yeah.
what you have is sort of quantum in the same way it is in Dungeon World. You have
Yeah.
3 load of items. And
Okay.
then it's when you need it, you've got it, unless you're out of load.
Okay. All right. So push myself is 1 die, right?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Or up to extreme effect. Okay.
Oh.
Oofing.
Okay. So I mean, you're working away at the lock. Is great for ticks? I can't recall. But I mean, you are going to attract some attention.
Yep.
What kind of compound were you using?
I'm going to say that it's just some sort of special acid that's made to eat out the insides of a lock.
Okay.
It's kind of like blown in there with a little, I don't know, like a whale bladder or something.
Or like a tiny little like.
Yeah, well, it's like they don't have rubber to do like spray bottles and stuff like that, so it's just like, you know, a little piece of like intestine all wrapped up.
God, I like you've got like an eel intestine that you'd like.
Yep, exactly. It's eel acid.
Good. All right. So I mean, I think you're going to attract some quantity of attention. So we'll boop you up to, and some people are definitely going to come over, and make sure that that you're all right. But you've got the lock. Like it won't take long at this point. You could probably like Fonzie it open at this point.
Dink.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like a controlled move at limited would be enough to get it open now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, there's definitely like, I think someone has come over and been like, "Sir, would you like, can I like escort you wherever you need to be, and like maybe noticing like your slightly shabby clothes, like you look good but from far away, and they get close and they see that like you've stitched patches onto things where your elbows have run through. And
At this point, like I'm gonna start looking around for who else is still nearby.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't think I have a plausible.
So I mean, we haven't heard from Corleen in a little bit, but also we've been going for almost an hour and a half. So I mean, let's take a 5-minute break here, and then we can come back and see what Corleen, Harrington, and Beatrix are up to.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. See you in 5 minutes, everyone. All right, welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Let's keep playing some Blades in the Dark. I had last posed a question at Coraline. See what she's up to.
Okay, so for this, in order to try to like blend in with the fancy pantses, I've got these like this fine jewelry on, and I'm trying to make myself look like, I belong here.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna try to like brush elbows with some people who seem to be maybe talking about all these different artifacts, and see if there's anybody who looks well versed in that whole area, since I mean a lot of spirit touched stuff tends to be artifacts and relics and stuff that's usually valuable, so it might be a way to maybe procure some contacts for the future
or targets.
That's just a contact for the
Oh, Aaron, I was going to ask you, your Taikarosi heritage, demon blood, or whatever thing people say about them. Do you hide your telltale, or do you are you out?
So,
lack of a better term.
So like at first when she came over, she was always trying to hide it. Like she was still trying to make a living as a lawyer, and now she's like, I don't know, she's kind of more at peace with herself, and she's like, she takes pride in it. So before she used to wear these like really high collars and like scarves and stuff, and now it's like, the deep V with like the jewelry, and like, you could see the frills, and I mean, you're not going to hide bright green goat eyes. Yeah, she's got like the makeup to bring attention to the eyes and stuff, and
well, and like maybe even adornment or makeup or whatever on the fins, right?
Yeah,
like the fuck you look at this.
Yeah.
You can have shaded spectacles.
Yes. Look at me, I'm sexy and exotic, not, oh, hey, I might be a demon. You gotta kind of...
Or, I mean, maybe you want to fuck a demon.
Hey, anything goes in this city.
Yeah. Okay.
Where there's a vice, there's a purveyor.
Okay, so you're hobnobbing. Is there anyone in particular in the room? Like, do you have someone in mind that you want to go rub elbows with?
There's this, I'm gonna say there's like a youngish, noble-looking guy.
Okay.
Probably 20s or 30s maybe. And he's got these women around him, and like they're completely falling all over him, and he looks bored out of his mind.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, I came to the museum to actually museum, and you're pissing me off right now. So I think I'm gonna just like come up, put my arm like under his arm, and just try to like walk off with him and be like, there you are.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's a power move and a half. I like it.
Who's gonna sass a demon?
I mean,
let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Beatrix. But who else?
Okay. So I mean,
so I guess consort on that one, right?
This sounds like a consort. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sway also includes bluff, I believe. Yeah. But I mean, you're not really trying to convince him of anything. So yeah, I think this is consort. But
yeah,
you get the.
I have more points in sway, but I don't want that to be my only thing. So I'm gonna go for consort.
Okay. And I mean, like, how forward are you being? Because I think that's going to affect the position here.
Yeah.
I think
change. Sorry, I was going to say that could change your action too, because if you just want to like schmooze, then consort is what you're doing. But if you actually want to sway this dude and be like, you're with me, and for him to go, okay. Then
I think that's what she's. I think that's what she's trying to do. It's like, somebody who you kind of could talk about stuff with will leave some impression, but like somebody who came up and was like, no, you're with me, let's go take a walk. I feel like that's a more lasting possible connection.
Darling, you simply must talk to me about this pottery or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not just like a cover where you're consorting with the with the party. You're like actually like getting this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to like try to work in a little dig at the other ladies
Good.
and be like, perhaps instead of spending your time around all these mundane artifacts, we can go look at something more exotic together. And just like hook my arm in his and then like try to lead the way. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go sway.
Okay.
And that's why they call her Hook.
Yeah. I was also gonna say I didn't realize one of your demon tells was cat claws.
I just figured it was implied.
All right, so let's
Playbook
see.
is Mean Girl.
Yeah.
I have a move that just says Gretchen Wieners is a fugly slut.
All right, let's see some dice. And is anybody helping? Are you pushing yourself?
Do my fine clothes and jewelry help any?
They're gonna help you blend in, absolutely.
Okay.
You don't get 0 effect.
Yeah.
Do you have a devil's bargain for me?
Ooh. I mean, yeah, the dude's into some shit. Like he's actually into some, like he's actually some kind of whisper that, like, you don't know, but yeah, he's got some capital P power.
Yes, very yes. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Andrew, if we can get through this where all of us get devil's bargains where the person kind of like is into us, that would be
Yeah.
that would be real good.
It's a big boost for the self-esteem.
Yeah.
Okay, so devil's bargain, that's instead of pushing myself, right?
Yeah. I think Beatrix is the person who's into Beatrix is going to be like some ghost that she just like tongue lashes into submission, and they're just like, "Hello, hound."
He does the eyes bug out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she makes me feel alive.
Yeah. My unbeating heart just skipped a beat.
Oh, God damn it.
So yeah, let's see some dice, and you get the one bonus one because you have invented a whisper if you want to.
Okay. What's the position?
I winked at the camera for those of you doing the audio version.
God damn it.
I mean, probably risky.
Okay.
It's like you still stick out here, and they might mean girls you back.
Okay, that'll be fine. Put him in the fucking ground. Let's do this.
And probably standard, I think.
Okay. And he said I get 1 extra from the whisper thing?
Yeah,
because it's devil's bargain.
What do you get on success? Like, is he a lead? Is he...
Yeah, I was mostly hoping for like a lead or like either we can hit him at some point.
Yeah,
or...
no, I've got an idea now.
Okay, great. 6!
Oh, devil's bargain die too.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he takes. Oh, there you are. Fuck, what's a good name? Like, there you are, Madeline. It's been. I simply must get away from these. And he like just. I don't even think he comes up with a word basically for the women fawning over him.
Yeah,
and just
probably
lets
these, then like a disdainful look at the crowd, and then walks off.
Yeah. Well, and like leads off, right? Like he's taking on sort of like the male dominant position, and like you had inconvenienced him a little bit, but it's a good thing you're here now, so he can finally get on with the evening. He takes you over to, some other part of the museum, and he sort of like, none of this is worth a thing, but if you want to see something really impressive, and he's going to jot down like an address, a time, sort of thing.
Zip?
Yep. Yep. Listen. if I can't make Blades in the Dark sexy,
Just whisper or go home.
yeah, exactly.
Do you know how to whisper?
Yeah. You put your lips together and summon a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, so he gives you basically an address and a time and a place at which some spooky bullshit will be going down. And he would love for you to be in attendance.
Great.
Sorry, Jordan's being too funny. And
Yeah.
I can't.
She does that a lot, and then I shame her into saying it out loud so that everyone can participate.
Yeah, it's tradition. If you type bullshit, you read bullshit.
Okay. That was a fun diversion.
Good job, Hook. You're fulfilling your role. Hook him in.
There you go.
I also want to just point out that someone in chat just said spooky bullshit at a distance, and yes.
Thank you.
All right, Harrington. It's been a little while since you've been on screen.
Do you want to cut to my sweaty escape?
Yeah, like we
He
get
gets
the
to collect himself.
we get the shot of like the side of the carriage and your hand just like grips onto the side of it. And you pull yourself up.
There's definitely a tense moment where I'm looking up at the window and like ready for when they all land in the carriage, I can hit the reins and drive off, and then I like something kind of catches my eye, and I look, and like through the windows of the house, I see the front room, and they're all like chatting and like, doing stuff, and I'm just like.
Well, and a man more handsome than you is just handed Hook a drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the maid has been like mesmerized by Aaron, so she is just like meh, just like leaves.
Yeah,
doesn't care about me. So kind of.
She has this fond memory of a dashing rogue that she just simply must track down, but she doesn't even remember your fake name.
I don't think he does either.
No, I don't actually. I have Infiltrator as my special ability. I'm not affected by quality or tier when I bypass security measures. So I figure that's the reason why I'm on the team, basically, because I'm not like I'm kind of a goofball. But the fact that we're going after these high tier fancy people with all their fancy stuff, like that's my one special thing so far, is I can kind of like deal with it. So I think since they're not gonna escape with me on the carriage, I have a moment of like dealing with that and like coming to terms with that. No, I was gonna no, I'm changing what I was gonna say. I used to be a smuggler.
Okay, yep.
And I used to hobnob with the rich and powerful with Leviathan hunting and stuff. So I am gonna stick to the plan. I like kind of sigh and dejectedly I like take my coat off and I reach into the carriage and I pull out this tricorn hat and I pull out like the carriage driver's coat with the livery of this noble on it. I'll pay for that with flashback stress if you want, Andrew.
No, go for it.
Okay.
This is excellent.
Yeah, and I like stuff my clothes in the back, and then I like realize I don't have the music box, and I reach into my own stuff and pull it out and like put it away.
Yep.
And then I look at the carriage. It's like a nice carriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's valuable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got an ass print on the side, but it's pretty good otherwise.
Yeah. That'll buff right out.
Yeah. No one looks at the roof to see these things anyways, right?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna steal the carriage. That's
awesome.
Awesome. I'm gonna help fund our operation here.
Yeah.
And since I'm not good at fast talking and stuff, well, that's obviously what I should do. But I've already done that.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to just jump on the thing, get it going, turn it around in the back here, and then like full speed escape
Awesome.
like out the front, like
Yeah,
bounce over the lawn and just like
I love it. Yeah. And I mean, like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I like that a lot.
I don't know why I'm wearing a disguise if I'm just gonna do that, but whatever.
I mean, it turns out, yeah.
He's not a planner.
It helps you get into the spirit of things.
That's true. That's true.
Harrington is very method.
I'm super method. I like the cosplay.
Okay, so I mean...
no, hang on, wait. Harrington is not quite this dumb.
Okay.
I will pay for this with flashback stress if you want.
Yep.
I have the livery of his rival house.
Oh. Okay, that'll cost you 1 stress, but I love it still.
Okay, yeah. There was a little thought put into this.
Yeah. Who's the rival?
Hufflepuff.
I am not getting sued by Disney.
Wait, is that Disney?
Distinct Pufflehuff.
Didn't they do the movies?
Warner Brothers, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, neither here nor there.
Let's see. It is going to be... Let me get some family names here.
Mm-hmm.
Another noble house. Oh, it's Bowmore, the super rich Bowmore family. They built... There's a huge bridge that connects White Crown and the rest of the city. It's like the biggest construction in the Empire, basically, and the Bowmore family paid for it. So it's called Bowmore Bridge. So I'm wearing like the Bowmore... It's like white and gold livery.
So you're escaping in like triple style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm blaming. I mean, I guess it's a diversion. They clearly don't need a diversion. They already have their stuff going on.
Speak for yourself.
But okay, well, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to paint the story of this night with and then the Bowmores must have been involved and like deflect.
Damn, we're gonna start a blood feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole my wife.
Okay.
So I'm finessing. I mean, that's kind of the like.
Yeah, that's the drive.
Drive, yeah.
Animal handling.
Animal handling, right?
Okay.
What's my position here?
I mean, this sounds... It sounds risky. I don't think they have, like, special preparation for this, but you're also driving away at breakneck speed.
Yeah, people probably don't try to steal their carriage very much, but still, yeah. And standard effect?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take Desperate at Great if I can get it.
Sure, yeah.
Instead of making a beeline for the gate, I'll like go around the turnaround circle so everyone sees that it's the Bowmore.
Yeah. That's Desperate Great then.
Right. Shitty carriage donuts in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those Duke boys are in trouble now.
And let me just check for no particular reason. Consequences for Desperate. Cool.
Yeah, we won't need that.
No. Serious complication. Cool.
I will push myself for a bonus die.
Okay.
Can I assist by like seeing what's going on and directing people's attention to outside?
I don't know if that's helpful. Like that.
It's helpful in one sense,
right? Like
it
helps sell the alibi.
Yeah,
but not the horse driving.
It doesn't help me steal the carriage.
This is a horse driving check, not an alibi check.
Yes.
Ignore that.
Feel free to do that, but that would probably hurt me. Not help me.
I can't do it if you're watching.
All right, 1 bonus die from pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5.
Awesome. I mean, so yeah, you get away, you get a bunch of attention. You left your coat behind.
Of course.
When you swapped costumes, you left your coat behind that has like, I don't know, a wallet or a diary or something that Harrington would have that can like either tie back to you or the crew.
Yeah, it
like
would
maybe
have,
the dead drop or something, like the instructions, like steal this thing.
I'm just imagining the maid goes out and finds it.
Oh,
and is, like,
yes.
holding it. Harrington, that's his name.
Well,
Yeah.
she saw me. I like mimed that I was using my little notebook earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what it is, and it's
Yep.
when the pages flutter in the wind, it's like really it's the worst thing. It's not like this weird code or something. It's like
No,
today we're
it's-
going to go to this guy's
Yeah.
house, and we're
Yep.
it's just like spelled out.
Yeah. Well, like
yeah.
one of the notes is like you transcribed word for word like a dead drop, and the last thing in the dead drop is burn this note.
Yes. oh, it's a smuggler's like log. That's what it is.
Oh.
I log all our jobs because I'm used to doing that to keep track of the inventory and stuff.
Yep.
So it's like
Yep.
yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah.
There's a page somewhere where Harrington was practicing his signature.
I mean, we've established he's not good at forgery.
Harrison Pinderin.
And yeah, I mean, you arrive at the Bowmore Bridge in your Bowmore livery, and you could not have fewer cares in the world. A job well done all around.
Nice. I just got to sell this thing and make some coin.
Yeah.
We're good to go. Yeah.
All right. Beatrix Mortimer. What's happening? I think there's a distraction actually. Like there's a hubbub in the room now.
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually had an idea on this one here. So the guy, like the butler, comes over and is asking me basically, very politely, can I take you somewhere?
Yeah.
And I just kind of look up at him. I'm like, what are you doing? You wanted this done quietly. Stop drawing attention. Something's wrong with the lock. I'm trying to fix it.
Oh my.
Practically undone. See,
Oh my-
look.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna pop it. Just a little try and tap it thing to pop it open because it's almost there. I know
Sure.
it's almost there.
So, you're a perfect human, and I love you. 2, what action is this? Because this could be sway. This could be tinker to be like, look how shitty this lock is, but you're convincing him, so it feels more like a talking thing.
As a team member,
Yeah.
maybe don't make it sway.
Well, what I was thinking was actually consort because I'm trying to play up my accent again, and that I'm referring to him as the master and all that stuff. I'm playing up that whole camaraderie of servants thing again.
Okay. With connections from your heritage, friends or rivals. I mean, yeah.
I mean, does that
Yeah.
make sense to you? Do you want me to?
Yeah, no, it
I
makes
mean,
it makes sense.
I'm not doing a good job of saying it, but I'm peppering in more servant level talk.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and he'll be pissed and I don't want to catch a beating.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that then.
Okay.
I'm sure this will work great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is anyone helping?
But
I saw Jordan mouth. No.
I think during the carriage escape, I probably went outside with other people, in awe, like, holy shit, a theft.
Yeah.
And then I just left because I don't think I want to be here anymore.
Okay. Did Harrington help with his daring escape unknowingly?
Sure. Yeah, I'll throw you a bonus die for that.
Okay.
all right.
So here's the
I still
question:
got-
is this butler man attracted to Mortimer? Am I gonna just go 3 for 3?
Devil's bargain. Everyone thinks we're hot.
Yeah.
I admire your work ethic.
Wait, this is a downside? What is this?
I can twist knives and people all day.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I mean, it would certainly cramp his style in the future if he remembered who Max was.
I don't think it's gonna be he actually falls in love with you. I think it's gonna be something different. But I want a devil's bargain like this. This blows back on an innocent person or something similar. But I don't have a good wording. Or if anybody in the crew has a suggestion, you can all pitch devil's bargains as well.
The maid upstairs gets fired.
Well, I mean, I think she's about to quit, but
Go on a long quest.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it is a similar thing. It's like there's a lingering tie
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
what I'm thinking is like I mentioned someone like because I actually have the apothecary listed as my shadowy friend, but I was
Okay.
thinking like I inadvertently referenced someone as like Bob sent me over to go see to this, but someone who I don't want to. I'm not necessarily trying to burn. I would be offended if that happened. Yeah. You know.
Okay. Or like, yeah, you like accidentally said like your clever friend Stasia, your apothecary friend. Like you're like, oh yeah, Stasia told me like this lock was on
Stasia,
the.
yeah, Stasia recommended me to the master.
Okay.
You know.
And so this, like, if this goes bad, it blows back on
Yeah.
you and your friend.
Because Mortimer's just vamping at this point, like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, so probably risky would be my guess for that.
This is risky, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Effects, standard? I don't know. These words confuse me.
Yeah, standard effect. I mean, it'll probably limited, honestly, but it'll if you get a success, the lock opens anyways.
Okay.
You're one tick away, so.
Yeah. All right, and then so for the Devil's Bargain and for the one assist from Harrington, that puts me at 2 bonus dice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. All right. And again with the Devil's Bargain die.
Yeah. So I mean, they're going to remember Stasia,
Nice.
but they don't remember like your involvement in this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, stop rolling 6s. I can't hit you with rolled up newspapers.
But what if instead we don't?
Come on, roll 20. We pay you good money for intrigue and drama.
Oh, I forgot to turn off my special row 20 code.
Oh,
Ah, that's my fault.
there's your problem.
Automatic success. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I have it open and like, all right, see, we need to get this off of the floor. Come on. I gotta go take this somewhere actually safe with a real lock.
I mean, God.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, the thing pops open. The lock is disengaged. The spooky book of spookitude is open to open air. Beatrix, you said you pieced after like the carriage. You're like, it's not safe in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking my dog somewhere nicer.
I'm taking my dog and my 3 guns.
Yeah. It's not safe here.
Don't ever talk to me or my gun again.
It's not safe because everyone's armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
Texas.
Okay. I don't know if he trusts you to like walk away with this thing yet.
I kind of expect him to come with me.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So
know?
where are you taking him?
Well, I'm gonna take him, below stairs.
Yep.
Somewhere, hopefully alone, and then shit. Oh wait, I think
Powder?
I think I have more trans powder. Doesn't it come in? You get a couple doses of it.
I think it's
Right?
the one. Did you mark it before? Oh no, you've got a bandolier of alchemicals, and that's where your trans powder is. So you get 3.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah.
it's like load kind of. You get 3 uses and then you say what it is when you use it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you have 2 more units of.
So yeah, I'm gonna lead him around a corner, and I'm just gonna blow some trans powder in his face.
Okay.
Hey, does the butler have a name?
He forgets it.
Yeah.
No.
He did. And a family
No.
once.
Apparently, I overdosed him.
You blow it into his face and you like say goodnight, Manuel.
That's his name now.
Yeah. I was gonna say his name is Milos, but okay. What roll to dose an
What is
unsuspecting
that?
butler in the face?
Tinker, rack? I don't know.
Um,
Maybe finesse, but I'm not really being subtle about it.
that's a very good question. What would you like to roll? What do you think it is?
I'm reading things right now.
Okay.
By the way, mouse over is awesome.
What's the obstacle to doing this, Andrew?
I mean, I don't even think there is. I think it just happens. Like,
There you go.
You lead him around a corner, you blow sleep powder in his face, and he just like fall. Like, I'm imagining you're like on the stairs to like
Yeah.
Oh no!
and like it's like he's about to go and like maybe you catch him and then you just like lead him down the rest of the stairs and like leave him passed out in the cellar.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that could be the role. It's not dosing him. It's does he fall down the stairs and
Yeah.
hurt himself or whatever.
Does it look like it accidentally happened or someone set him up down here?
Yeah.
Do some bells chime.
holy-
That seems
God.
like more of a finesse thing.
Yeah, to make
Yeah.
it convincing.
Yeah.
Safely escort someone downstairs,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be finesse.
or wreck to shatter our expectations for your actions.
Or I mean, it happens, or it happens, and you resist the consequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
dose him, he's gonna fall down the stairs.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
like-
Well, and I have no idea how that works, so let's go over that then.
So one of the really really cool things about Blades in the Dark is I can say horrible fucking shit, and you're just
Yep.
like nope to basically anything, like actually anything, unless previously we've agreed that you don't resist the consequences.
Okay.
And so when you say nope, what you're saying is I will take 6 stress minus the highest die that I roll on this resistance. And I resist this thing. This probably sounds like prowess, where you're being
Okay.
strong and to carry him down the stairs without injury.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be 6 stress minus whatever the highest die, and to roll it, you just click prowess.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Did that just do a thing? Or is it? Oh, it pops up. I have it open in different windows because I have it popped out.
Yeah, it
So
kind of
no-
bounces around.
Yeah. All right. So I don't see any bonus dice. So there we go.
Nice.
No stress.
So yeah,
6666666.
Seriously.
Still doing it.
Dude, just put you there.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
trance powder is. I don't think. No, that would be rude. Okay. I was wondering if like some people might use trance powder recreationally, and I was going to leave the other dose there. But
I
like,
mean,
definitely
I don't
do.
have a
Yeah.
I don't have a reason to be a dick to this guy. I like briefly consider it and like, no, Dad would be very sad with me.
He taught me better.
Yeah, you stick together against the knobs. All
Yeah.
right, I guess I leave. Like,
Yeah,
out
I
the
mean,
back door.
yeah, like you leave out the servant's entrance or something. And, Okay. Like, I'm imagining like you wave goodbye to the maid who just seems vaguely out of it.
Yep. Like,
Or like
well,
you
at
see
this
her,
point-
you see
No,
her
I
like
got
in
it.
the backyard recovering Harrington's coat or something. Like she's coming in the door.
Well, and like I go through like their little changing room where they change out of their street clothes, and like I grab an overcoat and a hat, and I tip my hat to her on the way out.
Good.
She's twirling with the coat in the hallway.
Yeah. Or like just like she's got it like bunched up and like takes a good whiff or something.
Oh, yeah. I walk by, fantastic coat.
God.
I don't even think she notices you.
Perfect.
Thus is the power of the dashing and daring man they call Harrington.
Good old what's his name?
Yeah. Herring, whatever.
Such is the power of his jacket stink.
Yeah. All right, Corlene, you're the last one to leave the party.
With your
I think-
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask. Like, does he at any point try to like say, "Hey, let's leave," or is he content to just kind of wander around here?
I mean, he's gonna. I think he's actually very intrigued by the maniac driving the carriage.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, as soon as the distraction is over, he's going to sort of resume, and he's kind of just talking your ear off. Like he's one of those people who doesn't realize they're way more into something than you are, and clearly this must be really interesting. So I mean, I think he's probably going to, like, he's smooth. He's not like an idiot about it, but like this is his jam, and he is hip deep in it.
Okay.
So I mean, like, and like he's definitely like feeding you like good drinks and like getting the canapes when they come around. So So like it's not unpleasant, but like if you've got somewhere to be or whatever, you can try to disengage quietly, or I mean like eventually it's just, you know, it's going to be past dark, and at that point like you're going to be sort of last round and then you're out.
Yeah, I think she's probably going to kind of just hang around for a while, feign interest at the right spots, you know, smile and nod, and then at the end she'll just say, "Thank you for an interesting diversion from what I had originally planned for the evening. I look forward to our paths crossing again, perhaps."
Yeah, and he like takes your hand, like does a decently deep bow, like kisses the back of your hand, and he says, "Enchanté, madam," and like, yeah, he's definitely not as smooth as he thinks he is.
Yeah, those are like, you know, the three things he knows how to say in French.
Yeah, or dusk volley in French, whatever.
the French equivalent.
Yeah.
Enchanté, my lady.
She's not Louisiana. She's not Gambit.
They don't have French here, but they do have Creole. It's weird. I don't know why.
He hands me a card with his name on it, and it's glowing.
Yeah.
It's like, you may want to get rid of that. But yeah, I think, you know, it's probably after dark, and then Hook just sort of, she takes one last hors d'oeuvre for the road, and then just heads out the front door and kind of just strolls into the night.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think a couple of like the mean girls comment on you as you pass, but I mean, their words slide off you if you so choose.
I don't even acknowledge that they're there.
Okay. Cool.
We did it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Flawless victory.
Seriously.
Nobody knows about anything.
How many minutes in did we get the music box?
Like 5.
Yeah.
But
I did the calculations, and we are the 7th tower, but it's a technicality because we're the 6.6666666 repeating tower, and everyone just rounds up. So,
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
having non-integer towers would just be
We
It'd
can't
be
have
irrational.
unnatural. Yeah. All right. So we get to do payoff heat and downtime, which I have prepared. Show to players. I threw a handout together in Roll20 because Roll20 has a pretty neat feature for this. So the crew earns 2 rep per score by default. If the target of the score is higher tier, take +1 rep per tier higher. I feel like this was definitely not a tier 0 target.
Probably not.
I don't know that it was particularly high, since this noble seems particularly slapdash with their security, but but at the same time, like that was also a job well done. I don't want to diminish your accomplishments. Probably 3 rep here.
Okay.
I didn't really use tier against you too often.
That's fair.
You also earn coin reward based on the nature of the operation. See the list at the right. So do we feel this was a minor job, a small job, a standard score, a big score, or a major score?
So we got the music box, this really unique book, and Harrington ran off with an carriage.
Yes. How good is your fence, Harrington? And do we want to do that scene?
Well, that was my question. So my underworld is my background. I know fences, and I was a smuggler, so
Yep.
Getting rid of the carriage, I don't think would be a huge challenge. It could be a fun scene, but I'm okay with skipping it if we want to focus on what our crew is about. I don't want to take us off into my personal thing.
Sure.
Do the thing.
We could just roll that into the coin, is what I mean. Like,
Okay.
I'm fine with skipping the fencing scene if you guys are.
I
I
don't.
think it'd be fair because Harrington got cut out of the scene early by jumping into the carriage and none of us followed him.
Yeah.
Not actually doing the job.
This is your end of Gone in 60 Seconds, pulling the last car into the garage thing.
It is. It is. No,
Okay.
but I mean, it's our first score though. We can just roll the carriage into our money, and
Okay.
I will do cool underworld stuff in the future, but not right now. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
But I think we should decide what a standard job is for us.
Yeah.
The 6 coin baseline, and if this was like above or below when our employers come knocking, what do we think?
Or I mean, like maybe this was a standard score and Harrington gets a couple extra coin for making off with the carriage.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Like if you don't tell them, or if you just
Yeah. No, I think I'm on board with throwing that in the crew coffers.
Okay. So, yeah.
This feels kind of like a small job.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
we weren't like confronting the person or calling in the spirit wardens. It wasn't like a,
is that what a standard job looks like? Is you stick around and leave right before the SWAT crack the door?
Yep.
Yeah, or maybe that's a big score. Like if it's
Okay.
actually like a takedown.
Yeah.
Maybe a standard score is more like the warden knocks on the door. You know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, and like I guess the way I would picture it would be like a standard score is sequestering an item that's like not actively being used, or giving them enough for a search warrant.
Yeah.
You know, where this is definitely a thing for you.
Yeah.
And then we walk away. Like a big score would be like if we were there for the takedown and helped it happen.
Yeah.
I also just got a really strong mental image of like the warden who knocks on the door is like Spirit Warden Columbo.
One more thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I totally feel like we have to at some point play through it where we're one of the suspects and we are really just manipulating the people in the room.
Oh, like we do the. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's 4 for a small job plus 2 for the
carriage.
loot, and then I feel like the book is special. We shouldn't just take money for that. That's a thing that we got. Like,
Okay. So yeah, is that something that goes back to the lair and gets studied?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are we supposed to turn it into our superiors, or do we keep it?
I don't think they'd be. I don't know if it's like explicitly spelled out that this, like, they would take it and burn it.
Yeah, they would.
So I mean, is this like a point of contention between your ideology and that of the warden's more professional?
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
we're willing to use stuff like this to get info and get the upper hand and that sort of thing, whereas they are strictly scorched earth.
I am willing to do that too. I don't know if Beatrix wants magical shit around. I'm getting the vibe that maybe she doesn't, but
well, and I think Max wants to triage it at the very least, which is clearly going to involve reading it.
triage, yeah.
Just staying in this ritual circle. Sorry.
My thing is mostly actively participating or tolerating a ghost's presence. In terms of using it to find them, I'm probably too unorthodox to really be seriously considered for the wardens, and it could be me deciding to do stuff like this that took me out of the running.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I really like the idea of like Beatrix is by hook or by crook, and then you met Hook, and you're like, this is clearly a sign. Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan, let me know when your leech is looking into that book, because I actually have a dot in a tune. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
I'll take Gray out for lunch or something while I'll do book shit in the tower.
Yeah, you get the paladin to look the other way while the rogue does some bullshit.
You might not want to be in the building when we're
District.
district, city.
Yeah.
etc.
The book just spilled open, got blood spilled on it. It was weird.
We just started reading everything out loud. What's the big deal?
No one was here to tell us not to read the Latin.
We didn't figure it'd bother anybody because there's no one else here.
Okay. Okay, so the book is special loot. The music box goes off to the crematorium to be crematoriumed. The carriage is 2 extra coin of loot.
Okay.
we are on to heat. So after score or conflict with an opponent, the crew takes heat. Add +1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. Yes. Add 1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. I don't know. No.
Nah,
I don't think they're outwardly hostile to us, at least.
not currently. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we didn't do faction stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We can do that. I mean, at this point, I'm assuming you're at like a 2 or 3 with the Spirit Wardens.
Yeah.
And we can
Yeah, probably.
determine who you've pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe we could do
can-
that before the next session or something.
Yeah, we should definitely fill that in. That's
That's a good point.
good.
Because they get to start interfering with stuff.
Mhm.
And add +2 heat if killing was involved. It was not.
Yes.
Unless it was it with a bunch of 6s. So 0 heat for smooth and quiet, 2 heat for contained, 4 heat for loud and chaotic, 6 heat for wild and devastating. It's weird that a campaign where Jordan and Aaron are playing Blades in the Dark isn't veering towards the bottom half of that list.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if we can. We can definitely not say smooth and quiet.
Yes.
No.
I think this was contained, is what it
Yeah.
feels like to
Yeah.
me.
It was contained, I think, aside from the
The book.
carriage escape.
That's true.
Yeah. Although
like-
I did successfully
Yep.
deflect attention on the other house.
You
Yes.
did, so I don't think
Yeah.
that's high exposure for us is the thing. So I think like our exposure would probably be the 2 heat one.
I feel
would-
like it's contained, and
2
then
plus
there's
1.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then plus a
Okay.
third for the high profile target.
So 3 heat.
Yep.
All right.
That may be the lowest heat we've ever gotten in any heist we've ever played ever.
That nursery scene could have gone so wrong.
It's yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ghost possesses the baby.
Yeah, tiny
Oh, no.
tiny demon baby jumping around at light speed.
I wouldn't want it to.
Just floating 6 inches off the ground, shrieking and rotating around the house.
Yeah, pea
I
soup
quit
everywhere.
babysitting.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay.
Entanglements.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an entanglement. So I roll 0 dice for this and keep the lowest one, I believe.
Yes, our wanted level is
So you get
0.
3. So at some point in time, I get to hit you with gang trouble or the usual suspects.
Mhm.
Good times.
We don't have a gang, so
Yeah. So at some
the other
point,
one.
the blue coats roll up on someone. I wonder who it could be.
yeah, there's several good choices. There are a couple named people actually.
That's
that
true.
happened
Actually,
during that
yeah.
score.
Crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We're just building cutouts between us and the police.
Yeah. I learned it by watching you.
Oh, that's really good. Okay. I honestly kind of want the cops to go rumble that mage.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because that seems funny.
Yeah.
Our boyfriend?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, like, he totally can pay his way out of it, but, like, I think that just makes him desperate when he's doing the next thing, right? Like, he's...
Yeah. Well, does it make Coraline seem cooler because she's mixed
Ooh.
up in some sketchy
Yeah.
stuff, or
Do they
more
come by
more dangerous?
asking about Coraline and the rest of you, right? Because, like, you generated a bit of heat. Like, there's
Sure.
stuff tying back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
An inspector probably gets summoned to the house. Someone says blah 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 carriage theft, and someone else goes woman with gill things, and they go,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, man. In front of his dad or mom or someone. Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
Gets a stern talking to by parental figure, or I mean, maybe he's even living with like secondary, like family once removed sort of thing, like an uncle or an aunt.
Mhm.
And like, how dare you bring this into my house, you ungrateful so and so, and
I'm a
After
whisper.
all
You'll never
we've done
understand
for
me.
you.
yeah, right. And he like slams the door, and you see like the poster on it.
Yeah. He has like cool whisper bands that he listens to.
Yeah.
Whispercore.
Damn it!
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Evanescence, but ghostier. Oh, that's really fun.
Evan's essence.
Hey, good night, everybody. That's.
I'm gonna keep drinking.
Yeah. I'm upset that I drained my beer in the first hour. I may have to go to the fridge briefly.
Do a flashback where you stocked up better.
Yeah. Well, I had beer, tea, and water all on my desk, and they're all basically gone at this point. So, so the last thing is downtime actions.
Yeah.
So everybody gets 2 downtime actions, and they can be used to acquire assets, work long-term projects, recover from harm, reduce heat, train, or indulge a vice. And indulging a vice is how you heal your stress. So yeah, if anybody has anything in mind.
I have an idea for reducing heat.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna go talk to the cops.
Okay.
I take it back.
Go on.
Nobody saw me holding a music box. The only witness we have where I was upstairs does not remember me.
Mm-hmm.
I was downstairs the whole time when everything was happening, so I can't be tied to this.
So do you like voluntarily go in?
I think at some point, like, I meet up with Dude again. I should probably think of a name for him.
You can, or I can dig one out of the.
It's Lucian.
Oh fuck! Yes,
of
it
course
is.
It's Lucian. Hang on, let's give him like a powerful Duskwall family name.
I mean, I was gonna say Bowmore just for fun.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. Nice. That's good. That's good.
Oh,
That's why he
good.
was caught up in the distraction.
Yeah.
My carriage.
My carriages.
Oh wow, that's a deep cut.
Mm.
Respect.
Also, Andrew, you put that he's into the wrong person on your notes.
Oh, whoops.
How dare you? That's my boy, and I will not have Beatrix taking him.
There's plenty of Lucian Bowmore to go around.
Or he would definitely say that.
He'll leave you asking for Lucian Bowmore.
As Hook walks away with Lucian, like Beatrix shoots him a kiss, and then leaves.
Roll
Yes,
hunt.
ectoplasm. You have ectoplasm bullets and kiss bullets.
Yeah.
Let's see a hunt.
A manhunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she goes to meet with him one day, maybe for lunch. You know, keep the connection there in case she needs to turn him.
Okay.
You know, turn him
Yep.
over rather.
Yep.
And then I think it comes up probably at the end of the conversation. She's like, "Well, I don't know why they would want to ask you about me. I didn't have anything to do with anything. But will you take me to the? Will you take me to the station? I've never had to interact with the police before, so perhaps I can clear this whole mess up. You can tell them I was with you. You know, at least for the time that I was. I'm not asking you to lie, but I just feel like you know it's in our best interest that we don't have the police getting in between whatever this is that we've got starting here.
So is the reduce heat swaying him, or is it going to be talking to the cops?
I'm not sure if it's swaying him to get him to use some family, you know, weight on like, hey, look, no, squish this.
We
I
need
think
to
that's what it
focus on
is.
this stolen carriage.
Yeah.
It's way more important.
I think that's probably what it is. I'm going to kind of lean on him a little bit and kind of try to win him over to have him work as my alibi when I go in.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's a sway, and it'll be your sway dice to reduce heat.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. 4.
Okay. So I think that's 2.
2?
Yeah. 2 of 3. That's not, that ain't bad.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you had the free time to do that.
I only have one stress, so
Some
like,
of us have
I'm-
stress and wounds we got to deal with.
Yeah.
I can't like donate my other downtime to somebody. Huh?
No.
Nope. I could spend my time applying bandages to someone else.
Yeah, how's your tinker?
Very low. Who's desperate?
Look, I just got the wind knocked out of me, but sure, Doc, go ahead.
Yeah.
Can I start
I'm
a
sure-
long-term project to study that book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it just like, is this Coraline studying the book, or is this like? Because I
I
think
definitely- I want in on that. I know
Okay.
Jonathan does too. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So is,
Yeah.
You,
is this
Jordan,
like
is we're all studying it?
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like we take turns, and maybe there's just like this collaborative journal we keep next to it on this big like old wooden table.
Yeah.
So like we've got you've got a few of the oil lanterns there, and you look through the pages, you take notes, put like page references and stuff. And I think it's just me getting the book and sort of starting our
Building
book
our own
club.
Wikipedia.
You can lead a group action, Aaron, if you want. We can all roll. I mean,
Yeah,
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you.
it's is that a 12 o'clock? Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
That's-
four people are working it,
Well, it seems appropriate for a spooky weird book too. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was going to be like Coraline's understanding of the book, then I might have done like a smaller effect and a smaller payoff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's up to you,
Mhm.
Aaron. Like leading a group action here means you could potentially take stress during downtime, which kind of sucks. So if you just want to do it on your own, and then we'll chip away at it on our own as well, that's totally that's fine.
Yeah, I think let me do that way, so I don't end up coming out worse than I started.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is you can spend rep for additional downtime actions, and I doubt your crew is going to fill its rep bar twice in a mini campaign if we want to metagame this
That's
a little
true.
bit.
We don't necessarily need rep. That's a good point.
Okay.
Staying tier 0 is probably fine for us.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do a study.
Mhm.
Boop boop boop. 3.
Well, so is
that's
this
like one
the
pip.
the group action, or is this?
Oh, that's just. I think this is me like starting
Okay.
it
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're literally studying, like reading it? Is that
Yeah, not out loud, but maybe she's whispering parts of it to like trying to figure out like
Yeah,
if
like-
there's any parts with like weird sentence structure or something like that. Try to read it out loud and kind of search for the hidden meanings and all that kind of stuff, because obviously a spooky book's gonna have some hidden meanings.
Oh yeah. Well, and like it's archaic text. Like there are places where you find yourself sounding things out and like reading a passage twice, 3 times to try to get the meaning. Or there's some things where it only makes sense once you hear yourself whisper it.
Yeah. And then she's probably got a few pages like towards the back of the journal where it's just writing down phrases and circling them and putting a bunch of question marks for other people to try to figure out what the hell they mean. And
I really like the mental image of like the conspiracy board starting out of this book and like all the red string tying things together. Cool.
I like it.
So yeah, I mean, I think you're alone in the in your ancient watchtower, sort of like curled up by a fireplace or something, with this book, and like we get sort of like the time lapse of like the candle burning low, and I can do this thing. Boop, these candles. I just really like this photo as well.
spooky blue Duskwall candles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah. Boop. All right. So that's 2 of Coraline. Does anyone have anything downtime lined up?
Well, Mortimer's gonna do the same book thing because books are cool,
Okay.
and he went through all that trouble to get that.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be a study, I believe.
Okay. I mean, you can take other approaches to this if you want as well.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me to start by reading the stupid thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
It makes sense too, because like multiple people reading it, you can talk about it. Like, what
Yep.
do you think that meant? And like, yeah,
All right.
I don't know. What did you think?
I think
Most boring book club ever.
each of you sort of take away pretty divergent things from this.
Yeah, when I think our backgrounds are pretty different too.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, maybe even Mortimer noticed, like, schematics or, like, chemical compounds or, like, it's notes that almost seem like your benefactor. The Dowagers, like, it's a similar sort of thing, whereas, like, when...
Well, and one of the things that alchemical texts did during this time period where they were highly metaphorical, and, like, you had to understand, like, what references meant what.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't spelled out.
Whereas when Coraline cracked it, like, maybe it read like an ancient treatise or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think she looks at it from like the sort of law scholar sort of analytical, or, you know, the sort of literal translation of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes sense. And then, all right, so what was the other recover stress thingy?
So you can go and indulge in your vice.
Yes.
So you'll have someone who sells you luxuries, or someone from whom you buy luxuries. And the way you indulge your vice is you click the button that says indulge vice, but you also tell us a little bit of narrative of what it looks like when you go and get luxuried the fuck up.
Well, I think this time I'm going to go to my feisty old grandmother friend.
Okay.
And, like, I'm going to, you know, use some of what we made to... Well, I'm saying that, but I don't mean in a game mechanical way. But basically, like, you know, I'm planning on showing up with, you know, sharing some of what I got there. You know, like, this wine is really good or something that I managed to pick up. And
Sure.
just sort of try and pay back some of it with kindness to her.
Okay.
All right, so I press indulge vice. Input value. Bonus dice is 0, right?
Correct.
Two.
So you get
So that
2 stress back. Yep.
Okay. Well, that was easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing you didn't overindulge on your first one.
Honestly, one of my favorite rules.
Maximilian disappears.
Right? I love that it's like your character fucks off for a week, finds someone new is one of the options.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's my 2 actions. So
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah. And again, you can spend coin, which the crew has more than it can hold right now. There's 6, so I mean each of you can have 1, and then there's 2 in the crew vault or similar.
I'll take a penny.
Cool. I threw 2 in the vault.
Let's each take 1 and then put 2 in the crew. I like that.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoever put those totals together realized that those numbers divide easily amongst certain groups of people.
I don't know how that could be calculated. That's, it would require playtesting or something. I don't know.
Wait a minute. You actually play games before you publish them? I'm confused by this concept.
Look, we're trying it out. I'm not committed to it. It's a concept.
So Beatrix or Harrington?
I am going to train in prowess.
Okay. What training montage do we get out of you?
Oh, I forgot you could train.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, Jordan, our crew has prowess training as a specialty. So
Yes.
you get to mark 2 ticks, not 1.
Yes,
Ooh.
I was picking that one. I think I'm going to follow a blue coat patrol while on the rooftops.
Okay. Awesome.
That is just about the coolest prowess training I've ever heard, so thank you for that. I'm writing that down.
The first campaign we played in Blades, Jordan played a character who spent, I think, fully 80% of his time on rooftops, or behind the wheel of a boat, or behind the wheel of a boat on a rooftop.
Yeah.
Look, some things happen.
Classic roof boating.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I'm tempted to be like, do you want to throw dice and like see if you learn anything? I mean, with the caveat that if it goes wrong, it goes wrong, right?
Yeah, I don't think I would risk it.
Okay. That's fine.
I think for the other one, I'm just gonna go back and study the book.
Awesome.
I like that we're all kind of like taking our little like moments with this book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't trust that book. I'm gonna go spend several hours alone in the dark with it.
We're not a cult. We're a book club.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Our occult thing is we're all around a fire, but now we're all around like a hearth looking at the book, and then we accidentally summon something.
Oh, hey, Satara, what's good?
So while I'm studying it, I'm mostly trying to decipher who would have written this book and who would be people, like the type of person to use this book. Like who would it be intended for?
Okay, sure.
And I have no dice in studies, so this will be bad.
I mean,
I know it's just a clock, but like,
yeah.
4. Okay. Cool.
Hey,
Not
Yeah,
bad.
you're no dice did better than people who have some training in it.
best so
Yep.
far.
All right.
There's 6.
Yeah.
I meant like it's 0 die, but still rolled.
So I got a 6 there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could take a second break, or I think it's just I'm kind of okay with just powering through John your downtime actions and then calling the stream a close. We've been going for about 2.5 hours at this point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you have stuff in mind?
Yes. I was gonna do Vice and Recover, but now I'm
Tempted to book it up a bit?
I'm tempted to join the book club.
And I mean, we, again, there's rep and there's coin for additional
I
actions.
might actually do that. I might spend a rep because, like you said, we don't super need it.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's a nice resource to burn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's do Recover first.
Okay.
Does anyone have a contact that is a physiker? I don't.
Let me
I didn't
check.
pick it.
But I think there's still people you know. They just aren't your best friend necessarily.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do know someone. Just that I didn't pick them for my shady friend or rival.
Okay, but there's someone you could recommend
Yeah.
as someone to help me with my rib injury.
I think so when I was toying around with the idea of picking them for my shady friend, I was toying with the idea that they're not necessarily a doctor, but a veterinarian.
Nice.
Just to tie into that.
Good.
That's good.
Modifies dice pool downwards.
That's really good. Yeah, with humans, their dice pool is not as big.
Yeah.
What's their name?
Melver.
Melver.
Melvir.
Yeah, so I'll be in Melver's clinic, or whatever it is, and I'm like animatedly like, and for like she's a servant, but she was a looker, and she seems really into me. And I forgot the best part. Like, this is how I got this. Like, I jumped out a window.
Yeah.
And I'm like boring this guy with this like grandiose like tail.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will take whatever dice Melver can give me.
I mean, like, I don't want you tied up with injury forever. So I mean, let's
No,
do...
it's fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all.
I think he's got 2 dice. He's not bad at this.
Okay.
So if you want to roll 2 tinker dice.
Oh, sure.
If you want to use dog medicine, you can have 3 dice.
You might end up with a tail.
Well, I was going to say it's a +1 to heal.
All right.
All right.
5.
Cool.
God damn it, Andrew.
So Melver gets me halfway there.
Yeah.
For recovering, I'll take that.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah, I'm like, oh, thanks, Doc, and I feel really good. And then by the time I get back to,
Yeah. Well, yeah, the pain meds have worn off because, like, they gave you a dog dose or something.
right.
I just have a picture of you
Bacon
walking out of
strips.
there with a giant, big cone on your head.
Well, I mean, we very pointedly get, like, a shot of Harrington, like, going to pick his coat up from a coat rack, and, like, it's not there, and he's like, fuck, right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, he's not that dumb. I always have to rein it in because I always want to be like, well, whatever. I don't remember that, but he totally remembers.
Yeah.
And realizes what happened. So that's fun. So I come back and I have a bottle that I picked up along the way because my pain meds are wearing off. So, we cut to Harrington like asleep with the book on his chest and the empty bottle rolling around on the floor. He like fell asleep reading it because I have zero study.
Awesome.
Worked out so far.
2 6s. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Book seems cool. Hey,
That's
I'll take it.
How?
Apparently,
Six.
the best way to study is never study.
You have to unlearn before you can learn.
Yeah. Well, and like, I mean, it like for the two of you, it actually seems like it is definitely sort of helping you almost. Like it's the message seems tailored to each of you, regardless of when you crack it. Like,
We open to the right page.
well, or
That's
like,
good.
but
That's
like,
not creepy.
but like Mortimer sees like chemical formulae, and Coraline sees like a law treatise, and Beatrix sees like witches and how to burn them or something similar. Like,
Right.
And so I mean, what does Harrington see?
How to pick up chicks.
I mean, that's half of the equation. There's other people to pick up. Less than half, even.
Yeah.
A fifth, a sixth. Yeah, what does he see? So I think I'm going to spend a rep to do this again, but I'm going to use a tune instead of study.
Okay. Good.
And so I think what he gets from it, like he's bored and he falls asleep.
Okay.
Then he's dreaming.
Yep. Oh,
about what he read.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this crazy dream.
Okay.
Where the attunement happens in his subconscious. And I want to see if he sees something in the ghost field or, some kind of connection that way.
Okay. I love this. This is a gift.
It's a good book.
Yeah. Well, there you go. 2.
So I mean, there is definitely something like a shape without a form, like an idea without an expression. Like there is something in this book that like is talking to you in your dreams, and I think either the alcohol is helping and you don't have enough of it, or the alcohol is interfering with it, but it's either too much or too little.
Yeah.
And it's like a message as heard from underwater or similar.
Oh boy.
I'm not going straight to demons here. I honestly don't know what's in this book yet, but it's
okay.
I didn't want that to be like it's Satara, like it's
No. Yeah, I get you.
But yeah.
But given my background with Leviathans and stuff like that, definitely freaks me out.
Yes.
And so I wake up with a start, like I'm underwater, and I'm like, ah. I'm covered in sweat, and the book, clatters to the floor.
Well, and shuts.
Oh yeah, it's like. I stagger upstairs to my. We don't have quarters here, but I have like a room that I use sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't sleep here or anything, but except
We
when
all
I'm
take turns.
passed out.
Yeah.
We're hot bunking it. Oh no! Actually, I wouldn't do this here. I go home. We're tier 0, so I have like a tiny, like a bunk in a flop house somewhere. Yeah. And I'm gonna burn another rep because
I mean, it's there to be burned, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna indulge my vice.
Okay.
I have 4 stress.
I want to say I called you out a little bit in Discord because I looked at your character sheet like an hour before we went live, and I saw your vice as being weird. It's a surprise, and I was just like, John Harper's a fucking tease.
I'm not gonna make you wait that long. Okay. So I go to my room and I like take my shirt and the suspenders down and like bare my back, and you can see on the camera that I have these like traces, these patterns on my skin. There's like pinkish, grayish patterns. They're very faint and hard to see. and I pull out a bundle from under the bed and unroll it, and it's a syringe and these strange vials of swirling, colorful fluids.
Good.
And most of the vials are empty and used, but there's still one left. So I use the syringe and I fill it, and then reach back and make another needle mark in my under my skin and unload the Leviathan blood into my tattoo, and it recolors it. And you see the swirling, like kraken, like squid tentacles and stuff of the tattoo recolor in reds and black, and then it like animates. The tattoo like moves on my skin, and my eyes roll back in my head, and I fall sideways onto the bed and like drift off into the stupor of the drug.
Good.
So I have demon blood tattoo ink addiction. That's my vice.
So the smugglers you worked for were the ink rakes. Gotcha.
Maybe.
All right.
So I will roll indulge vice.
Let's see what 0 dice gets you back.
Yeah, the sad thing is I'm very unlikely to overindulge, which is kind of sad. Kind of sad, but we'll see. 2.
All right.
Definitely 2.
Yeah. All right. That's a really fun scene to end on. It like I'm picturing like we see you passed out on the bed and like face up, and like sort of the last shot is like these inky black tendrils like curving around to the front, like along your rib cage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. And
then just like smash cut to credits.
Nice.
I like it.
Oh, that was a really fun session.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right, let's do the end of session XP fun times. All right, let's start with Beatrix because you're the first sheet on my list.
Okay.
So you addressed a challenge with tracking or violence.
I found the music box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if my prowl training would count for that too.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay.
Let's get some XP in you kids.
Okay. That's all I can think of. I loaded my gun with electroplasm and I never needed to fire it. So.
Yep.
I tried.
I figure like most of the XP you're going to be getting out of these, because we agreed on like a murder light to a minimum murder sort of thing, is going to be from the tracking end of that equation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured too. Hence the hunt and survey.
Mm-hmm. Expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Ghosts should not be entertained. For
You school-marmed a ghost.
I was expecting that to go like the way of Defenders and like Jessica Jones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beliefs. Besides that, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Beliefs, drives, heritage, or instinct. I mean, did you dig into the dog trainer?
I was gonna say go into pest control.
Okay.
For my background, like for her, like pest control, she just leaves it as is, but it could be anything from rodents, stalkers, ghosts.
Okay. Cool. And then didn't struggle with issues from your vice or trauma, since no one really has trauma, and I don't think anybody's vice really impacted them yet. If anyone wants to just self-trauma.
Actually, I would argue not for me, but for Mortimer stealing something luxurious.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's how that whole thing started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was you like, I need the goods for the vice? Okay.
Yeah.
Corleen, you addressed a challenge with deception or influence.
I mean, I think so. I I deceptioned the maid up top.
Mhm.
I influenced the whisper guy to take me places. I
Mhm.
used influence over him to get him to vouch for me to the cops. Vouch
Mhm.
for we to the cops.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So you definitely get your 2 there. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I mean, I've got the heritage part. Like, I kind of embraced that when
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
that you did that to the 9s.
I don't know that I have like extra instances of that. I think it was just kind of that one kind of big use of it.
That's cool. Yeah.
Sure. So one for
And
that.
no struggles.
Yeah.
No strug life.
Well, you don't choose the strug life.
It does choose you.
It's true.
It's
true.
Harrington, you addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion.
I did. I mean, it wasn't elegant, but it was evasion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Belief, drives, heritage, or background? Only in the sense that I think that my underworld background was a factor.
Yeah. Absolutely
The
was.
smuggling and the drug addiction components of my character kind of were part of. I guess this is the smuggler thing mainly because that's how we got more. So.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a thing. My beliefs are not really known yet. So.
Okay.
Issues from vice or trauma? Not yet. No. I'm giving that one to you, Andrew. I injected myself with demon blood.
Yeah.
You can just
That's probably an issue.
Feel free to use that however you want, and I'll take XP for it.
I love it when people are just like, oh yeah, I do this thing with a demon.
It'll be fun.
I say yes to this demon. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Let's talk about where you wake up. Mortimer.
Yeah.
You
let's see.
addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, I drugged everybody and I lockpicked the book out of thing.
Yeah.
So that looks
Yeah,
like yes.
Drugging the guy and dropping him in the basement is probably mayhem. Blowing up a lock with eel acid is probably technical skill.
I mean, yes, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so mark an XP for that.
2.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can put them in either the Insight, Prowess, Resolve tracks, or you can throw them in the Playbook advancement.
Okay. I gotta figure out all of that, but I don't.
So I'm clicking in the Playbook one right now, if you can see it.
Yeah. Oh, I see where you could do it.
Okay.
I don't know what any of that means, but I need
Okay.
to like read things or something.
Sure. So when you finish up, like when you max out the Playbook advanced track, then you get to pick another one of the special abilities. When you finish an Insight, Prowess, or Resolve track, you get to add another dot.
Okay.
At this point, up to 3.
Okay. All right. Did I interrupt your?
Nope. And then the last one was issues from your vice or trauma, and we've got 1 there. If you can think of another instance, I'm happy to. Oh wait, beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
His background came up a bunch.
Mhm.
The whole understairs thing.
Yeah.
So that probably counts.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
maybe the trauma thing with like that what started the book thing, but
So yeah, I'm definitely willing to give you at least 2 for the beliefs, drives, heritage, background. Like you get 2 for that because
okay.
every single chance you got, you're just like, oh, I'm willing to lower myself in this situation, and
Yeah,
be like,
it just and the adventure really played into it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
that's
okay.
that's just smart tagging, man.
Take it where I can get it. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
another 1 for your issues from your vice or trauma. So that's 5
Okay.
for this session.
Woohoo.
So
Nice.
I just wrote that under your clock section, so you don't forget.
Okay.
And you
Thank
can throw those wherever you want in whatever distribution you want.
Okay.
And then the crew. Execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft.
Yes.
We did it.
Mm-hmm. Content with challenges above your current station. Yes.
Yeah.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Were we ambitious?
I mean, we went
were?
in.
We sauntered in, got done, and then immediately started milling around looking for more trouble.
Yeah.
We could argue we developed a new one, which is like reckless or something like that.
Card stealers.
Yeah.
Thieves.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
romantics or, Phantom
Mm.
Thieves.
Steal everyone's hearts.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you definitely get the one for ambitious. Do you want to argue that you've got a new reputation?
It might be too
mean-
soon for a new one. Maybe it hasn't filtered out.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm open to it.
I think there's definitely at least the seeds of us being a little bit reckless, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
getting caught trying to break into a book thing, drugging a guy and dragging him downstairs, stealing a cart after jumping out of a window.
But when you put it that way,
Yeah, I know. That makes us sound bad. I don't know.
Talking to a guy that you met the night before being like, yo, we should go talk to the cops together.
You'll vouch for me, right? Also, I love the fact that your lawyer was like, I've never had anything to do with the cops.
Look, I was trying to sell a lie, and I need you to go with me on this.
cops. What is that? All right. Yeah. Sure. Let's see. Why not?
Where I come
That's
from.
where I'm from.
All right. Ambitious and reckless. So that's 2 there. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Hmm.
I think we definitely expressed our central drive, which is that we're working the Spirit Warden jobs, and we all seem to actually give a shit about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that counts. I don't
Yep.
think we have any inner conflict yet.
No, I don't think so. Like, I mean, people seem to work together pretty well
Yeah,
where
I mean,
there was
basically-
cooperation.
I mean, kind
we're
of
not
the
quite-
start of one, but like,
Yeah.
Gray isn't really that impressed with Harrington's shenanigans. The music box and the window.
Yeah.
Well,
you might need to talk to him
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Well, and, like, I don't know if everyone's quite as on board as Gray is about fuck ghosts, but none of us are really like, we love ghosts, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I didn't tell you that Milford was like a dog doctor.
No, you did not.
He'll fix you right up.
Also for goals, like, I mean, we are trying to steal shit, to learn shit, to do more job stuff. So I mean, I feel like you know, we're not just waiting around for jobs, like we're being proactive and like
Yeah, that's a good point.
grabbing the demon by the horns, so to speak.
You actually found a new mark for us and stuff. Yeah, that's Yep.
Cool. All right. That's a
good.
sweep of 6 XP right there. That's a
Hey,
lot.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
6 is all day.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I am definitely looking forward to next Monday. We'll be doing this again. Yeah, so come on by, hang out with us. Yeah, it was great to see a bunch of people in chat. That's it for me. I hope you all have a very pleasant and good evening.
Oh.
Bye.